sports.
We are sports. We are Wisconsin.
And we welcome you on the banks of the Ohio River, Cincinnati, Ohio, the home of the All-Star Game this season. Matter of fact, it's coming up in just a couple of weeks. They're getting ready for the All-Star festivities. Tonight, they're getting ready for the Milwaukee Brewers, division rivals tonight, the Brewers and the Reds, Game 1 of this 4th of July weekend series. Hi, everybody. We welcome you from the Queen City. Great to have you with us tonight. Brian Anderson with Bill Schroeder. Our reporter tonight is Sophia Minert. And let's get into this series a little bit now. The Brewers have won 5 straight games, coming off a 4-game sweep of the Philadelphia Phillies. And one of the guys leading the charge is Adam Lind, who is not only competing for some of those top numbers on the ball club, but maybe all-star worthy this year.
Yeah, he's been about as consistent as any hitter the Brewers have had all season long. He's currently on an 11-game hitting streak, hitting over 400 in that stretch. And the key to Lind's success, he hits the ball where it's pitched. He's been doing it all season long. You can see the numbers in that stretch. 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. Had the big game-winning hit in yesterday's game in Philadelphia. So when you look at Adam Lind and what he's been doing for the Brewers in Milwaukee, I don't think you get a sense for how good he has been relative to the rest of the guys at first base in the National League. He ranks up there amongst the league's best.
Well, he called himself a serviceable major leaguer earlier in the week. He's got a chance to hit his way right here to Cincinnati for the All-Star Game. Paul Goldschmidt's having an MVP-type season. Gonzalez, Rizzo, Joey Votto here in Cincinnati, all All-Star worthy. But look at Lind's numbers. They stack up very well with some of the best first basemen in all of baseball. We're ready for baseball tonight. The Brewers made a little move. Matter of fact, 2 of them. 2 guys out, 2 guys in. Sophia will give you the details when we come back from Cincinnati.
Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. The Brewers are rolling into the Queen City, playing some of their best baseball of this season, currently riding a 5-game winning streak, coming off of a sweep of the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Brewers making a roster move earlier today. Craig Counsell needing some relief for his bullpen. While the offense got a lot of attention for their series in Philadelphia, the bullpen did their share of work covering those innings and finishing out those games. So here's the roster move. They recall David Goforth and Tyler Cravey from AAA Colorado Springs. They're each coming up for their second stint with the team, and option both Jason Rogers and reliever Corey Knebel down to Colorado. And Craig Counsell saying he really needed some fresh arms for his bullpen, who did a lot of work in Philadelphia.
Just needing fresh arms. I think, I think a product of us winning is, and an extra inning game last night has been, we've gotten, I think, 14 or 15 innings from the bullpen the last 4 days. And there's been, we've had a lot of guys 3 in a row, 4 out of 5, 5 in a row, so just to make sure that we can just protect ourselves, in case anything comes up. I think it was important to have two guys that were rested.
Counsell picking 2 of the hottest arms from AAA Colorado Springs. They will both be available tonight, but they will hand the ball to starter Mike Fiers, who will face the rookie Michael Lorenzen. We've got the series opener of this series between the Brewers and the Reds coming up next from Great American Ballpark.
There are some thunderstorms in the area, but it looks great right now. Beautiful night for baseball in Cincinnati. Great American Ballpark, the home of the Reds, and a spot where the Reds have played very well this season. Craig Counsell taking over as Brewers skipper after 25 games, and he is now just 4 games away from getting to the 500 mark. That is a stated goal for the club as well, having won 5 straight. Potawatomi batting order. Gerardo Parra will lead off. Jonathan Lucroy hits second, and Ryan Braun. Middle of the order is Adam Lynn, Carlos Gomez, and Aramis Ramirez. You got Segura, Jeanette, and Fiers rounding it out. And on the mound is one of the prize prospects who has emerged here in the big leagues, Rock. His name is Michael Lorenzen. The Brewers have seen him this year already, but he looks like he's got a very bright future here with the Reds.
Yeah, hard throw. The Brewers beat him right here at Great American Ballpark. An 8-3 victory for Milwaukee. 11th start, 13th appearance, and he ranks amongst leaders amongst rookies in the National League. Starts, earned run average, strikeouts, and innings pitched. He's won 2 decisions in a row, and his last 3 starts have been very good.
Well, the Reds come in 5 games under 500 for their season record. They are 36-41, but they are 7 games over here in their home ballpark at 22-15. It's been a disappointing year for the Reds. Very similar story as we have seen in Milwaukee. So these two ready to go at it for the 8th game of the season series, and a swing and a miss by Parra, and off we go. Cincinnati is 5-2 against the Brewers this season. Took 2 out of 3 here at Great American Ballpark. They have won 3 out of 4 in Milwaukee, and right away to 0-2 the count goes. Lorenzen showing you his great fastball and his big breaking ball.
And he's got 4 pitches. He mixes it up very well for a young pitcher. Yeah, tall, lanky right-hander out there that can get it up there at about 97 miles an hour when he gets going.
No balls, 2 strikes on Parra. And able to bounce it foul to stay alive. Milwaukee's really had success during this hot streak offensively of scoring in the first inning. 8 first-inning runs in Philadelphia, including 3 last night. Extra inning win last night. Late arrival into Cincinnati. But the Brewers were all smiles on the way to the Queen City after that victory in last night's game. It was Adam Lind who delivered what would be the game-winning RBI. And the Brewers winning 4 in a row in Philadelphia. They have won 5 in a row overall. It's the longest winning streak in the major leagues right now. The Brewers have won 8 of 10.
And really not hitting a lot of home runs. They hit 1 home run in Philadelphia in his 5-game hitting streak, 3 homers. They hit 2 on the last game of the homestand against the Twins. But the offense is in high gear, and hopefully in Cincinnati that continues.
2-2 to Parra. In the air, right center field, hit deep. Hamilton going back. He's at the track, looks up, and goodbye. A home run for Gerardo Parra. Leadoff home run for the Brew Crew tonight on a 2-strike pitch. And again, the Brewers strike in the first inning as Parra bangs out yet another leadoff home run, gives him 6 homers overall for the season.
Well, you go from one ballpark that allows a lot of home runs, Philadelphia, and you come to Great American Ballpark. That was a fastball, 96 right down the middle from Lorenzen, and Parra able to knock it out of here. You don't have to hit him all that well to get him out of this ballpark, and Parra able to get under run. It carries out of here.
So career leadoff home run number 7, and the 2nd of the season. Hasn't been in that leadoff spot very often for the Brewers. He continues to put up impressive numbers. This guy is having a huge season for Milwaukee.
Yep, now at 302, hitting 300. Any way you put him in the batting order, and you put him in center, left, and right, doesn't bother him.
Bad Boy's trying to put his bat in the bat rack, and Parra says, no. This bat's got a home run in it. It's going to stay over here on its own.
I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
It's got its own room. Here's Lucroy. We're starting to get some lineup continuity, Rock. It's easy to understand why the Brewers are starting to swing the bat better. The Phillies starting rotation is among the worst in the major leagues outside of Cole Hamels. However, the Brewers started to get on a roll offensively against the Mets. Very good pitching staff there. The Twins took 2 out of 3 from the Twins. They have an excellent pitching staff. So it's not just the Phillies rotation that sent the Brewers into this other atmosphere as far as offense goes.
Yeah, I think that continuity has a lot to do with it, and they're getting healthy. They have 1 piece left offensively to get back from the disabled list. That's Chris Davis. He's on a rehab assignment.
Yeah, we'll check in with Sophia in a little bit. Get more on Chris Davis, who played in his 2nd rehab game last night. He's coming back soon.
But I think the shock, if you're surprised at anything, it's not how the Brewers have been swinging the bat now. It was how they were swinging the bat early in the year. That was the surprise, because I think everybody thought coming out of spring training that the Brewers are going to be able to score some runs. That did not happen. And starting to swing it now. There's Darnell Coles. Things are starting to come together for his offense.
Now the Brewers had 4 consecutive double-digit hit games in Philadelphia. As Lucroy hangs tough, count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Lorenzen delivers, and he misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Lucroy. If you go back to the beginning of the Mets series on the last homestand, the Brewers have an overall team batting average of .306. So that date is June 23rd, and from that date forward, the Brewers have the best team batting average in all of baseball. And they're going to add to it here with back-to-back hits to start it. Jonathan Lucroy with a single to center field. Another long battle. And a man on with nobody out after the Parra homer.
Yeah, let's check out the Menards Reds defense. You've got Bird, Hamilton, and Bruce in the outfield. One player that is absent from that defense that they're surely going to miss. That's Zach Cozart. He's out for the year. It's going to be Eugenio Suarez at short. Brandon Phillips, the Gold Glover, at second base. Frazier and Votto in the corners, and Tucker Barnhart behind home plate.
Some changes in there, some unfamiliar faces. And what we have seen, the big loss for Cincinnati was Devin Mesoraco, their all-star catcher, who had hip surgery, and he's going to be out the rest of the season. Here is Ryan Braun with Lucroy at first. A run is in on a Parra homer. A little history between these two. The rookie Lorenzen giving up a long ball to Ryan Braun earlier this season. That was back in April. And that was a bomb of a home run by Ryan Braun into the opposite field. Ryan with 15 home runs on the season. That's 53 runs batted in as well. Braun is the club leader in homers and RBIs. Coming into play tonight, Braun is 7th, tied for 7th in the league in home runs. He is right behind Todd Frazier in the National League at RBIs, where he is also 7th.
And that's what it comes down to when your offense is scoring runs and getting hits. It's usually middle of the order getting it done. Braun, Lind, Ramirez starting to swing the bat. Carlos Gomez has been hot and cold. I think what really puts this offense over the top is when Aramis Ramirez in the middle of this order, hitting in the 6th spot. When he's swinging a bat, then not a whole lot of soft spots in the middle of the order.
Braun lines one to right. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Lucroy will go to third. No throw. It's cut off by Phillips. And 3 consecutive hits to start the game for the Brewers. Braun with a single to right.
And not too many do a better job of going to right field than Ryan Braun. He hits him like a left-handed pull hitter. That's really the only way I can explain the way Braun goes to right field. Not a whole lot of slice on it. Gets on top of the baseball. Watch the way he goes down and through and that high finish, and he gets that backspin and a bullet into right. That's a pretty good spray chart.
He's having an impressive road trip. Braun has 10 hits now in 22 at-bats. And that'll send Adam Lind to the plate. It's hard to figure on who the hottest hitter in the lineup is. It's like fishing in a barrel right now to figure out who we're going to do our open on every night. Everybody's swinging the bat well.
Yeah, you can talk about anybody, but Adam Lind's a good choice. He's been about as consistent a hitter as the Brewers have had this year.
He is on an 11-game hit streak. He's hitting .405 during the streak. A couple of homers. Has 13 RBIs in those 11 games. And he has been at the plate with a lot of men on base. Lynn was 2 for 6 yesterday, drove in a run in that 11-inning win. That was a key RBI. Runner goes. Braun, he is in there, a stolen base. Picked a good pitch to run on.
Yeah, pitch down in the dirt makes it difficult for a catcher to be quick with his feet. Barnhart, a pretty good throwing catcher, but a little bit late. Braun with a good lead, a good jump, keeps the head down and steals it.
Now Braun now with 9 steals, make it 10 steals. He's only been caught once. Second and third for Adam Lynn. Takes the Reds out of a double play chance. And what a big hit last night for Adam Lynn. He stepped up in the top of the 11th inning. The Brewers endured 11 innings against the Phillies. They gave up a 3-run lead late in that game. 7th inning comeback by the Phillies. And then they were able to work through Jonathan Papelbon for 2 innings. He was lights out. Give credit to the Brewers bullpen, Michael Blazek specifically. And then Lynn got his chance. Surprised that Pete Mackanin decided to pitch to him yesterday. I think that was a big chatter around the batting cage today, but Lynn made him pay in a big way.
Yeah, got a hit very early. I think it was first or second pitch, and banged it into center field. First base was open. Well, taking advantage of a team that has really been scuffling this year. Not that the Brewers have not, but they played well in Philly. Swung the bats well. Pitching was good.
Now, Lynn in the Phillies series was 5 for 14. And go back about 10 days or so, and he's had a clip over 500. Big bouncer out to short. That's going to bring in a run. And Lynn makes it 2-0 with a ground out. Give him an RBI. And Braun advances to third base. So the first out of the game for Lorenzen produces a run.
Yeah, that's about as good an out as you can make right there. First, second, and third, nobody out. You score 1 and you get Braun to third base. Guys are starting to have fun in that dugout again. Good to see.
Well, the Brewers come into play here tonight with a lot of ground to make up. They're 33 and 48. 15 games under 500, but playing well. And the hottest team in the big leagues coming into play tonight. Carlos Gomez with Braun at third base. The Reds bring their infield in. Boy, this is some kind of shift here for the Cincinnati Reds. I have not seen this one on Gomez. Look where Votto is playing and how much room between Votto and the bag at first.
You're almost tempted to bunt it toward first base. Votto's going to have to bust it over to first on a ground ball.
And now he's even scooted over 2 more steps. Yeah, Votto and Gomez racing to the bag at first is going to be an interesting one if it's on the ground here. Here's a 1-2.
Yeah, this is a new one. I've never seen a defensive alignment like this. Not with the first baseman so far from the bag. Closer to second base by a long shot than he is to first.
Lorenzen knows he's got to get off the mound and cover first if it's hit to Votto. Infield in, 1 out, and Gomez pulls it foul.
He might have to get over there even on a ground ball to short.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's a long way for Votto to go.
Well, I'll be curious to talk to Gomez after the game to find out if this caught his attention, distracted him at all. Here's a 2-2, and he grounds one to third, and Gomez will slow it up, and Braun is safe. Whoa, Ryan just got back. Frazier faked a throw and then went to Braun. So right now everybody is safe, and now we'll see if the Reds want to take a look at this.
I don't think Frazier's arguing too much. Check it out. Braun able to get back, does he? Yep, looks like he did.
Wow.
And Gomez safe on the fielder's choice. I don't know if that was a designed deke, but Ryan Braun, and it looks like they might be going to take a look at it.
Yeah, so Brian Price, the Reds manager, is going to Make an early challenge here.
I'll tell you, the reaction of Todd Frazier led you to believe that he thought that Braun was safe. He didn't put up much of a fuss. He didn't tell the dugout to take a look at it. It's going to be hard to overturn. They just showed it on the scoreboard and no reaction to by the Reds fans. That tells you all you need to know.
Everybody taking a look. The crew chief is Bill Welke. He's the first base umpire.
I think he missed him on the right leg, but got him on the left leg. So this is going to be splitting hairs here.
Calling umpire over at third base is James Hoy. And,
does he get him there? I think he misses him. Does he touch him there or get him on the left buttocks? Not sure.
The left cheek.
Does he touch the right? I think he missed it. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, it's tough to tell.
Yeah, it could go either way.
And remember, it has to be clear and convincing. The call on the field is out, or rather is safe, so it has to be enough to overturn it. Well, Bill Welke, the taller of the umpires, will make the call here. James Hoy with his back to us. Here it comes. He is out. So it is overturned. Braun is out at third base.
So the penalty got him on the left cheek. Close as it can get.
Well, that's a big mistake. And a good play by Frazier, as it turns out, to get that lead runner at third base. So the call is overturned. Gomez over at first on a fielder's choice. Here is Aramis Ramirez with 2 outs. One minute 46 seconds on the replay challenge. Gomez takes off, pitch out, throw to second is right there. And is the ball free or not? Out is the call at second base. We're just waiting to see if Gomez knocked the ball free. So the inning is over. A couple of plays on the bases to end it. Gerardo Parra starts it with a bang, a home run. Brewers get 2 in the first. Reds are coming up. Hits. And Brian Price and the Cincinnati Reds know this is a pretty significant couple of weeks as they approach the All-Star game, trying to figure out if they are buyers or sellers this year. Here's Brian Price's Potawatomi batting order. He's got Brandon Phillips, Joey Votto, Todd Frazier in the top of the order. The middle is Bruce Marlon Byrd, Eugenio Suarez, and then Tucker Barnhart, Michael Lorenzen batting 8th, the pitcher. And then batting 9th is Billy Hamilton. Mike Fiers on the mound tonight, 17th start of the season.
He's had back-to-back no decisions. He was very good against the Twins at Miller Park. That was that Sunday game the Brewers won. Fiers very good in that start. 7 innings, 1 run. He's making career start number 6 against Cincinnati. So far in his career against the Reds, 1-4.
Stake to a 2-0 lead as he leads off with Brandon Phillips. Phillips coming in with a batting average of .288. Has 5 home runs, 30 driven in. He had some hand and wrist problems that knocked him out of the lineup for 2 days. He returned on Wednesday, did have a hit on Wednesday, and extended a hitting streak to 7 straight. He's got a thumb injury on his left hand and a wrist injury on his right hand he's dealing with. So hands and wrist injuries, thumb injuries, and hitters don't make a great combination.
No, I mean, those are the most important aspects of your swing: the wrists, the hands, the forearms. Tough to swing the bat.
2 balls and a strike on Phillips. That is inside ball 3. The Reds are usually a tough matchup for Mike Fiers in that Cincinnati has a lot of hitters up and down their lineup that take pitches, get deep into counts. Fiers already is among league leaders with pitches per plate appearance. He thrives on teams that swing early in the count. He's going to have to make a few adjustments here tonight against Cincinnati. Phillips grounds one to short. Long throw for Segura is true, and that's how the night begins for Mike Fiers.
Check out the Menards Brewers defense. You got Gerardo Park, Carlos Gomez, Ryan Braun in the outfield. You got Ramirez, Segura, Jeanette, and Lynn from third to first, and Luke Croy behind home plate, hanging the signs for Mike Fiers.
4th of July weekend here in Cincinnati. Great American ballpark. And they're getting ready for the All-Star game. They're hoping this guy will be there. Joey Votto has not been driving in runs here lately like they hope he can. He's been a bit of a slump. Now, a Joey Votto slump is not like most others. Still maintaining a .282 batting average. He's got an OPS near 900. .396 on base percentage, is 4th in the National League coming in.
Yep, almost as many walks as strikeouts. 52 walks coming in, 60 punch outs. He's starting to drive the ball a little bit more than he has had in the past. I think 14 homers. They say he's a little bit more aggressive at the plate in the hitters count.
High fastball in there for a strike. Votto has 2 hits against Fiers in his career. He's 2 for 5, but he's walked 3 times, and he'll do a lot of that. See his numbers over the last 3 years. Down season last year with a ton of injuries to deal with, the quad injury most notably. His numbers are right back on pace here at the halfway mark. He's got 14 homers already, and he lays off. Takes ball 3.
In his last start, Fiers against the Twins had a very good changeup. That was his best pitch. Changeup better than the curveball. At least he has, as long as he has one of them going for him. Fastball, cutter, curveball, and a changeup for Fiers. We'll see which one's good tonight.
Payoff pitch to Votto is down and in. He doesn't bite. He draws the walk. And Fiers with a man on. Into the stretch he goes for the first time. Well, hitting behind Votto on most nights recently is Todd Frazier. And he is having a huge season. 25 home runs, 54 runs batted in. There was a pretty good battle for the All-Star starting spot at third base in the National League this year. Todd Frazier.
It gets announced Sunday, right?
Nolan Arenado is the leading vote getter, or at the last release of the votes. Arenado's having a great year. You can't argue with that. He leads the league in RBIs. Frazier is 6th in the league in ribbies. But look where he ranks in the National League. He's #1 in extra base hits, 25 home runs in that mix. That is 2nd behind Stanton. And a .606 slugging percentage. Popped him up. Fires had him out in front. Gomez will ease in. There's a kind of an interesting wind blowing right now. And Gomez makes the catch for out #2.
And it's blown out to right, and you wonder how that big new scoreboard is going to affect things here at Great American Ballpark. That is new today. First time they fired that baby up there in right field was today before the game.
Yeah, I thought that looked different out there. They can no longer see Kentucky.
Yeah, there it is right there. That's right. That's a shame. But it might affect the wind patterns. I mean, the wind comes across, particularly when it's blown out to right, hits that scoreboard. That was a point of discussion around the batting cage today, how that big scoreboard is going to affect things.
Here's Jay Bruce. He takes a strike.
Certainly affects the view of the river boats going by.
It does. And the Ohio River, separating Ohio and Kentucky from where we look at it. Runner at first. 2 men are out. Bruce fouls it back. Now they're getting all the pieces put together for the All-Star game here. I tell you, the playing surface looks as good as I've ever seen it here in Cincinnati. I mean, this field is beautifully manicured. It always is, but there's just, I don't know, something different about it. I think the infield grass is high.
Well, it's thicker, that's for sure. Maybe they're giving a little bit extra seeding, thicker, slowing ground balls down. You know, the defense for the Reds getting a little bit slower. Tigers used to do that.
Yeah, that's
in
a
old
good
Tiger
point.
Stadium. You get a little bit slower in the infield. You know, Whitaker, Trammell, Darrell Evans. Make the grass higher. You get the more ground balls.
No balls, 2 strikes on Bruce, who has been a Brewers killer all these years. We come to Cincinnati, we start finding out who's hot, who's not. That's one guy you don't even bother asking about. It doesn't matter if he's over or if he's red hot. He usually does damage.
But he is hot right now. He's been swinging it very well. Pulling the ball a little bit more.
Ball and 2 strikes, and Bruce a swing and a miss. Fires strikes him out. Went with a hook, and a good start for Fires. A shutdown inning in the first. We head to the second. In the first inning, Say the stage is set now, and a reminder that Sunday it is the FIFA Women's World Cup final. A rematch 4 years in the making. It'll be Team USA taking on defending champ Japan. Coverage begins Sunday at 4 p.m. Central, only on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. 30-pitch first inning for Michael Lorenzen. Back to work he goes. Brewers got 2 runs on 3 hits. And Aramis Ramirez on the first pitch. Deep into left center. There she goes. Aramis Ramirez with a home run. 3-0 Milwaukee. Number 10 for Ramirez.
And no surprise on the first pitch. Goodness. Rami's been swinging the bat very well. He's been red hot. Well, the first time Lorenzen faced the Brewers, it was his major league debut back in April. They hit 3 homers on him. They've got 2 already tonight in the first 2 innings. Getting a lot of the plate with a fastball. That was middle in, and Ramirez did not miss it. Knocked it out of here, and no doubter out into left center.
Segura takes a strike. What a road trip Ramirez is having. 8 hits now in 13 at-bats. He's driven in 9 runs in 5 games of this road trip. Nice play by Lorenzen. And he makes the play on Segura to get the first out.
Well, 1 home run in 4 games in Philly, and 2 home runs in 2 innings here in Cincinnati. Go figure.
Just as you brought it up.
Yeah.
As if they heard you. That home run estimated at 419 feet for Ramos Ramirez. Parra and Ramirez have gone deep. 3 runs on the board. Here is Scooter Gennett. Scooter always loves coming back to Cincinnati. Scooter was here until he was 12 years of age. He moved to Florida, Sarasota area, but still calls Cincinnati one of his 2 homes growing up. Matter of fact, when he was an amateur player and a teenager, he would come back to Cincinnati to play in summer leagues here. Born in Cincinnati. Slaps one left field. Bird is over to make the catch. And there's out number 2. Scooter usually has a heavy pass list in the Queen City.
Yep, hit his first major league home run here in Cincinnati. Well, he shot to right center.
So 2 outs. That'll bring up Mike Fiers. Michael Lorenzen, very talented prospect for the Reds that is emerging here in the big leagues this season. The rookie. He was a center fielder and a closer at Cal State Fullerton. And a bouncing ball. Joey Votto's way over there. And he'll flip to Lorenzen to end the inning. Well, it's a quick inning, but the Brewers strike quickly to start it. First pitch. Ramirez goes deep. 3-0.
is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine. By Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. And by Hupy and Abraham, 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham, tell them you mean business.
Good start tonight for the Brew Crew. Aramis Ramirez adds to the lead with a leadoff homer in the second inning. 3-0 Brewers. And Gerardo Parra started this game, his 7th career leadoff homer. 2nd of the year. The Brewers have gone deep twice. And Mike Fiers back to work, starting his 2nd inning. Had a scoreless first with a strikeout of Jay Bruce. Fiers will face Marlon Byrd now. Now, he's a guy that could be on the move once again. Marlon Byrd. He's proven to be a pretty good commodity on a contending team and in the postseason. He certainly was with the Pirates a few years back.
Yeah, be careful. Good first ball, fastball hitter. There's a few of them in this game, huh? Brandon Phillips like the first pitch. Byrd, Gomez, Ramirez.
Popped him up right field. Braun will ease over toward the line. That wind's got a hold of it, and he makes a catch.
It's blowing pretty good right now to right.
It's an unusual wind. It's swirling and it's gusting. There are storms in the area. They are kind of expecting it to rain at some point. Hopefully that is not the case.
11 o'clock.
That'd be fine.
They can have the rain delays tomorrow.
No, it's going to be beautiful tomorrow. Blue skies.
It is going to be nice.
Sunny.
Right. Big Fox game tomorrow. That's why I say that.
I know exactly why you said that. But that's going to affect your time out on Lake
Winnebagoshus.
I was having a tough time coming up with that one.
Yeah, well, I helped you out.
Is that in Kentucky or is that in?
It's up in New Hampshire or something, isn't it?
Oh, okay. You really just made that up.
Yeah, I just did.
Nice. That's where the three-eyed fish are, right?
Yeah. Well, that was actually I think there is an actual lake called that.
Oh, okay.
Up there somewhere.
That was the first lake that came to mind.
Right.
1-2 pitch and a curveball is fouled away. Eugenio Suarez taking over at the shortstop position for the Reds. Zach Cozart blew his ACL. Wicked injury over at first base. He's out for the season.
Yeah, the Reds say this kid can hit, but he struggled defensively. He's got 7 errors in 18 games.
Big shoes to fill with Cozart. Jammed him. And out number 2.
Hey, once again this season, the Brewers are teaming up with the Wisconsin State Fair to bring fans the Fair Days double play. That's just $15. You'll get a ticket to a Brewers game and a general admission ticket to the Wisconsin State Fair presented by U.S. Cellular. For details, visit brewers.com/State Fair.
What do you got on the cream puff there, the cream puff mascot? You all right with that?
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. You're reading a card. Tucker Barnhart.
Well, I mean, that does kind of tell you what State Fair is all about, right?
Yeah.
The cream puffs?
Yeah, with legs and got a couple eyes on there that are staring you down a little bit.
I can't look at the monitor and read at the same time.
Well, as long as the kids like it, that's all that matters. They know a thing or two about mascots here at Cincinnati. They have a lot of them. I think maybe 5 of them. 4 of them. No balls, 2 strikes on the Reds catcher. He is a switch hitting catcher. Barnhart and Brian Pena sharing time behind the plate now in the absence of Mesoraco. You lose your catcher and your shortstop.
Yeah.
You're in a tough spot as a team, especially if you don't have that kind of talent coming up. And those two are very good players. Mesoraco is an all-star player.
And your second baseman's banged up.
2-2 to Barnhart. And on the ground to Segura. He'll make the play to end the inning. Good start for Fiers. 3 up, 3 down in the second. The Brewers lead 3-0 after 2.
Hotel and Casino, the Crew with a 3-0 lead as we start the third here at Great American Ballpark. Craig Counsell very pleased with his offense. They are firing on all cylinders, saying they certainly did a great job in Philadelphia. They had a season-high 17 hits on Wednesday and followed that with another 16 last night. He said we were able to put up a big number on every starter, especially pleased with how well they swung the bat against Cole Hamels. And he said, you know, we just have a bunch of guys up and down our lineup who are swinging well, finally getting some depth there. Adam Lind, 11-game hitting streak for him. Ryan Braun now 7. Aramis Ramirez extends his streak to 6. So he said when we have that coming from the middle of our order, no doubt that recipe is going to lead to a lot of runs, which they saw in Philadelphia.
Sophia, the Brewers are in a great place offensively and hoping to continue this for a while now. This is something that they've been counting on, hoping for. It is a ball club that was built, Rock, to hit and score runs, take pressure off the pitching staff.
And when the top of the order, starts to hit, it takes the pressure off the rest of the guys at the bottom of the order. They start getting hits, and it's just it snowballs. But the top of the order was very inconsistent to start the season, and that's how they got themselves into this deep hole. They're starting to dig their way out a little bit.
Gerardo Parra leads the way. He homered his last time up, and a swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. It was on a 2-2 pitch. Parra in the first inning, and it was a no-doubter into right center. Lorenzen hits the edge, a strike. Parra disagreed. 2-2 now. Michael Lorenzen. They just converted him. He did a little pitching, but he was just a thrower in college. Closing game, just came in through as hard as he could. He had a big fastball. He's mid-90s. Very good athlete. Slow roller, and that is foul. So it's pretty impressive that he's been able to emerge in the big leagues. He got in a 2-2 count against Parra in the first inning, and Parra didn't miss it.
Left some pitches down the middle of the plate in the first inning, and the Brewers made him pay. Another one in the second. Ramirez down the middle. Our Powerball home run count. Ryan Braun leads the pack with 15, and Adam Lind right behind him. Aramis Ramirez has gotten hot. He's starting to catch up.
Well, Ramirez with his 10th tonight. Parra has pushed his way onto the list. I believe that is his first appearance on the Powerball home run board this year. 3-2 to Gerardo.
shaking off a number of suggestions by his catcher Barnhart. And the payoff coming. Able to stay alive. Fouls that one off the Brewers dugout.
Yeah, mixing it up a little bit better. Able to command the off-speed pitches a little bit better. After that Ramirez home run. Change up that time that Parra was way out in front of.
And it got him 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Had a little movement on it as well, away from Parra. And a strikeout.
Yep, change up then fastball. You go from 86 to 96 and gets him way behind it.
First strikeout for Lorenzen. 23-year-old rookie. Brings up Jonathan Lucroy with one away. Lucroy had a single in the first inning. Also came with 2 strikes. Yeah, good fastball on the corner there. It's 1-1. He's got a live arm, easy cheese, as they say. That ball jumps out of his hand. Making his 11th start as a big leaguer and turned around quickly by Lucroy. So Lucroy with a base hit on an off-speed pitch. He's 2 for 2 tonight. A runner on with 1 away for Ryan Braun.
Starting to feel a little bit up there at the plate, isn't he? I mean, going to the opposite field, getting some pitches to pull, hitting him hard. Laid back nicely on an off-speed pitch and centered on it. Starting to get that average up there. Climbing slowly but surely after the hole he was in early in the season.
Here's Braun with Lucroy on. Ryan had a single to right his first time up, then stole second base. He was put out at third base on a ground ball. Pretty heads up play by Todd Frazier. Brewers got 2 in the first, could have been more. Had 2 outs on the bases. Braun at third, and then Gomez was caught stealing at second base. And Braun didn't like that call.
Yeah, thought it was low.
Tony Randazzo, the home plate umpire tonight. Braun's put up some good numbers against the Reds this year. In 7 games. Ryan has 8 RBIs. And now with 10 hits against him. 10 for 27. Well, he said he loves hitting in Philadelphia. He told us that before the series started. And boy, does he ever. He was 9 for 21 in those 4 games. And had 7 hits in the first 2 games of that series. But this has always been a place Braun has swung the bat well. It's a hitter's park, especially when you get into the summer like we are now. Ball flies a little bit. No real power alleys here. It's pretty much a straight shot from the foul poles out to center field, so it doesn't bow out as much as a lot of other parks. So there's not a whole lot of room in the alleys.
It carries everywhere, even in center field. 404, but it plays a lot shorter than that.
It's only 328 down the left field line, only 325 down the right field line. One ball, 2 strikes, and a throw to first. Check on Lucroy. Every now and then Lucroy will try to go stealth and steal a base.
Yeah, but you know, all the pitcher has to do is throw over once, and Lucroy is going to stay put.
Taking the starch out of his legs with 1 dive to first base.
Right.
Braun in the air to right field. Back is Bruce. Lucroy's going to tag. Bruce makes the catch, and Lucroy stays put wisely. Well, in honor of this 4th of July weekend, Fox Sports proudly supports Folds of Honor and its mission of providing educational scholarships to families of military members who have been killed or disabled while serving our country. For more information, we invite you to visit foxsportsupports.com. And we support that cause and many of the other military charities. And our message always, when we get to weekends like this, is don't just be patriotic on the 4th of July. Be charitable with our military all year round. They need your support all year round.
They just honored a service member here in Cincinnati before this inning started. Do that just about every ballpark, including Miller Park. And they should. Hometown heroes. They're real heroes.
No doubt. No doubt. Adam Lynn batting with 2 away now, and Lucroy at first. Got Gomez on deck. Lynn drove in a run with a ground out his first time up. Speaking of heroes, how are your boys doing? Billy
well.
And Perry.
Yeah, Perry's over in Guantanamo Bay. He's an MP. He's supposed to be back in September. He's doing well.
All right.
And Billy out in Washington and Fort Lewis. He's actually out at the National Training Center in the Mojave Desert right now. They're doing war games out there.
All right.
Doing well. Both of them. They love it.
Appreciate their service. Lynn takes it down and in. 3 balls and a strike. On the last homestand, Adam Lynn got a nice gift from a service member. Shared the same name, and got this cool looking uniform with Lynn on the patch. He loved it. He wore it around the clubhouse.
Yeah, part of the airborne unit.
Hard hit ball right to Phillips. Yeah, that thick grass in the infield, that slows down those hot ground balls. Inning is over. Lorenzen puts up a 0 for the first time. Cincinnati Reds as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And a reminder, tomorrow the Rays and the Yankees on Fox Sports 1. That game starts at 11:30 a.m. Central. And then at 6 p.m. it's baseball night in America. The Brewers and the Reds on Fox. It's all this week on your home for baseball every Saturday, Fox and Fox Sports 1. So no Fox Sports Wisconsin tomorrow. We're back on Fox Sports Wisconsin Sunday. Turn over to Big Fox, as we call it. tomorrow evening. Baseball night in America. 4th of July in Cincinnati. Should be some fun. They're expecting a sellout crowd. I think they've got a sellout here tonight. It is packed.
Yeah, it is. A lot of red in the ballpark today.
Michael Lorenzen shows bunt, takes a strike from Fiers.
What do you think of the stashes all over town? It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of into it. There's one right there in the lobby of the hotel right when you walk in.
The All-Star stashes, people taking pictures. That's a great logo, I think.
This is an All-Star game meant for you, Rock. Too bad you're not playing anymore. This would have been the year for you to make it. Look at that mustache
there
up on the building.
It's got the hat on the top.
That's pretty sweet. They're going all out for the All-Star game this year. The downtown is heavily decorated with All-Star logos and all these mustache statues everywhere. It's great. Good for them. And there's a story behind those mustaches as well. The Reds are the first professional team, first ever team in Major League Baseball. That's the reason why they have opening day here in Cincinnati every year. So 1869 was year one. And you know, a lot of those guys back then wore mustaches like that, so this kind of became their logo and then kind of became their theme for the All-Star game.
Yeah,
part of their patch on their sleeve as well.
Good idea.
And their mascot eventually, Mr. Redlegs. Two and two to the pitcher, Lorenzen. And you got to treat him more than just a pitcher at the plate. This guy can hit a little, and he was a high-level collegiate hitter at Fullerton.
Got a .250 batting average. Some position players would like to have that average.
Another 2-2 from Fiers. Fastball lined into right, base hit. And Lorenzen slipped on his way around first. That looked a little awkward. Braun's throw came that way. And he's back. Looks like he's all right.
That's a good stroke to right field. Wow. He can hit. Fastball outer half up in the zone and dumps it into right. Whoops.
Whoops. If he falls down, it's possible the Brewers could get it out there. The throw came in a little high for Lynn. Fiers was there backing up. Well, Lorenzen, the pitcher, hits 8th. Here is the 9-hole hitter, Billy Hamilton. So you got two unusual hitters in those spots here tonight. Lorenzen is a good hitter for a pitcher, and Hamilton is about as fast as there has ever been in the history of baseball.
And the idea is to get more men on base for Votto and Frazier. You essentially have two leadoff hitters once you get down to the 9th spot. You got Hamilton and Phillips in front of the big boppers.
Hamilton has a .230 batting average. He's a switch hitter. Slightly better as a right-handed hitter. And there is no such thing as a routine ground ball with Hamilton running, especially coming out of the left side of the box. He is an impact player despite a very poor on-base percentage. That's why the Reds took him out of the leadoff spot. A .279 on-base percentage.
He's grounded into one double play this year. So tough to double up.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how that even happened. It had to be like a bullet on one hop right to somebody near a bag. Close play at first. Fiers has a very good move. You know what's interesting about Hamilton, though, and you see his numbers: low on base percentage, very little slugging percentage. He scored 39 runs this year. He's got one fewer run scored than Joey Votto. In the air to right. Braun will ease under it. Got some carry to it, and Braun puts it away for out number 1.
That's interesting in the fact that he's down in the lineup and he gets on, steals bases. It's you would think it'd be more than that.
Got an all-star trivia question tonight,
courtesy of carsoup.com. Which two players represented the Brewers in the '88 All-Star game in Cincinnati at Riverfront Stadium? Where was Bill Schroeder in '88?
Brewers, my last year with the crew.
You got an idea on that one?
89 and 90, I was with the Angels. I have an idea. Don't want to ruin it. I get scolded by our producers when I give away the trivia question answer.
The scolder himself, Brad Weimer, producing tonight's game. Scolding right now, as a matter of fact. Dave Dittman, our director. Brian Mikulajic in the truck as well, doing whatever he does. All three with big plans tomorrow. 4th of July in Cincinnati. Taking applications for a stats guy tomorrow, by the way, if you're interested.
How much does it pay?
Well, might just be for fun.
No, forget it.
It's for the experience, Rock. You get to sit right next to me.
Yeah.
That never happens. Phillips in a 2-0 count. Popped him up. Gomez for the second out. That's a big out for Fires with Votto coming up.
Yeah, both Hamilton and Phillips both popping up on fastballs. Maybe a little cut to it. Got some cut action, getting him out in front and underneath.
Fires sitting there with a runner at first. A 2-0 count on Phillips with Votto due next. Nice little comeback. Votto walked in the first inning. 53 walks this year for Joey Votto. 15 of those have come in the first inning, including his first inning walk tonight. He's a walking machine.
He just does not swing out of the strike zone, particularly early in the count. Later in the count, you get him to chase. 60 punch outs, 53 walks.
He's 4th in the league in walks. Goldschmidt is the league leader. Goldschmidt gets intentionally walked a lot. And Votto pops it up. Right up the pipe, a mile high into center field. Gomez puts it away, and Mike Fiers with another scoreless inning. 3 shutout in the books. 3-0 Milwaukee. Is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly.
Brewers up 3-0. Division rival Cincinnati starting a 3-game series tonight in Ohio. Top of the fourth we go, and we remind you to come on out to Miller Park next week. Brewers will take on the Braves Monday, July 6th through Wednesday, July 8th. Great seats are still available. Starts at just $9. And if you call 414-902-4000 or visit Brewers.com to reserve your spot, you'll be ready to see the Brew Crew and the Atlanta Braves. 3-game homestand. That's a quick one. And then the Brewers are right back on the road going to Los Angeles for a 3-game series and then the All-Star break.
And Brewers have 3 trips to the West Coast this year. That's unusual. You go out to LA, come back, then you go to Arizona, then San Francisco, and then at the end of the season, the last road trip is out to San Diego.
Nice. Who doesn't want to spend time on the West Coast in the summer in Wisconsin? It's all good. Arizona, San Francisco, that kind of works out well geographically. They're right next to each other.
Right.
So you just pop over. It might take a bus.
I remember back in the old days. I mean, you go, in the American League, you go Oakland, you go Seattle, you know, Anaheim, and you get, 2 road trips like that. You knock them out all at the same time, and not anymore. I think interleague play has squelched that. But normally you hit 2 West Coast. You can't consider Arizona to be West Coast.
No. Usually hit Arizona, Colorado. That's the 3rd one as Gomez loses his bat and he's out, and that bat goes right across the back of the home plate umpire Tony Randazzo. Gomez says, "My bad, Poppy." 1-2 the count.
My bad, Poppy.
That's what he says. You didn't hear him? No,
I didn't.
Well, that was just a guess on my part. He calls everybody Poppy.
That's pretty close. I would imagine.
I thought Gerardo Parra just had a new nickname for me, calling me Poppy. But he calls everybody Poppy, and now Gomez is calling people Poppy. So we got a bunch of Poppies going on. Gets jammed, and a fly ball to left for Marlon Byrd.
That's not one of those things like Cuz.
It is a little
Nick Laver. He doesn't know your name. He calls you Poppy.
Yeah, that's it.
I get it.
Chief. I've been chiefed a few times.
I'm kidding. They have to know your name at this point.
You know who I get chiefed a lot by? Keith Hernandez.
Really?
He's a good chiefer. I like Keith.
And you would think that he would know your name, given you work with Ron Darling all the time.
I don't know. But I love talking to Keith Hernandez. I love walking in. Hey, Chief. He's a good one. I love talking about the modern player with Keith Hernandez.
He's got his opinions, doesn't he?
Very entertaining. Aramis Ramirez, a first pitch home run in the 2nd inning. And Aramis leading off the 2nd inning. Lorenzen just trying to get one over, and Aramis Ramirez got one out of here. A bomb into left center field and draws a 4-pitch walk. That is a rare bird for Aramis Ramirez. He does not walk very often. That's only his 11th of the season.
Yeah, only 1 pitch close. That was the first one. Yeah, just missed low, but I think Lorenzen kind of avoiding Ramirez. Now he's got the bottom of the order to deal with.
Here is Segura now. Segura was glad to see a few hits drop yesterday. Had 3 hits in the 11-inning win for Milwaukee. Snapped an 0-for-16 skid last night. It's a good fastball right on the outside corner.
Spots it well. It's got a little comeback action to it.
Yeah, he's got 4 good pitches, and early on he was having a difficult time with his off speed. The Brewers took advantage of some fastballs down the middle.
2 right on the edge. Went for another one out there. Yeah, you can tell Lorenzen's got all the makeup, all the stuff of a upper level starting pitcher in the major leagues. He's still kind of new to all of this. As a starting pitcher, drafted in 13, supplemental first round of the 2013 draft, already in the big leagues. He was in Double-A all last year. Was a starter there. He put up good numbers in Pensacola in the Southern League. Started the year in Triple-A. He's making his 11th start in the big leagues here tonight. 23 years of age. And he jams Segura, comes riding in with a fastball. And that one stung Segura a little bit. That was right in on the knuckles.
Yeah. And Segura opening up that front shoulder, exposing himself, and fortunate that ball hit the bat. That looked like I was ticking it to the side. Two of his hits last night in Philadelphia came to right field. That was a good sign for him. A lot of the damage that Gene has done this year has come to right field. Sometimes he gets out of that mindset, that approach, tries to pull the ball, whether it's consciously or not. When he stays back and just tries to shoot it back up the middle, that's when he gets his hits. That's when he stays hot.
Drove in 2 runs last night with a base hit. Inside. Spins him out of there. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Segura. He's had a tough time here in Cincinnati. He's just 2 for 15 at Great American Ballpark. Grounded back to the mound in the 2nd inning. He's hanging in there on a breaking ball. He'll see at least 9 pitches this at bat. Like Ramirez, Segura doesn't walk that often. He has just 7 walks this season. And 254 at bats. And he's going to draw a walk. How about that? Or Lorenzen walks Ramirez and Segura.
Yeah, first 2 walks of the night. Coming in with 33 walks and 61 in the 3rd innings. Go along with 39 strikeouts. So not a lot of strikeouts. 39 walks, a little bit high. You would expect that of a young pitcher, young hard thrower. 35 walks now.
And walking Ramirez and Segura back to back. That's the equivalent of seeing Bigfoot.
Yeah. Neither one of them walk much.
2 on, 1 out for Jeanette. Scooter flew out to left his first time up. And this is going to be a visit to the mound here. So maybe some mechanical breakdowns. Jeff Pico, the pitching coach, out to chat with his young hurler. Well, Scooter Jeanette, he loves hitting here. He's got good feelings in this ballpark. He had a major league first here in Cincinnati a couple of years ago. It's in our AT&T U-verse rewind on Bronson Arroyo. It was about 2 years ago to date. Jeanette sends one into the seats in right center field. His first career major league home run. Jeanette with 4 home runs this season.
And Lorenzen missing badly. I mean, it's one thing to miss and walk a couple of batters if you're close and around the strike zone, but he's not even coming close. First 2 pitches to Jeanette.
Walked Ramirez on 4 straight. And a 9-pitch at bat against Segura. And he's 2-0 on Jeanette, who takes a strike. Reds have activity in their bullpen. Nate Adcock getting loose. Two and 2 on Jeanette. Well, this is a key hitter right here. You got the pitcher coming up next. Pressure on both parties. Pressure on Lorenzen, who's down 3-0, to find a way through this inning. Jeanette knows if he could reach, maybe driving a run, that sets up a potential big inning and perhaps a knockout punch to the starter Lorenzen. 2 on, 2-2 pitch. Spoils one foul. A little emergency hack by Scooter Jeanette.
Yeah, but still able to stay alive. 83 pitches already in the 4th inning for Lorenzen. So this is going to be a short outing for him.
Brewers have been destroying starting pitchers' ERAs over the last 10 days. And a long look in. Finally has the sign he wants. 2-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, now Barnhart is on his way out.
That's a mechanical issue for sure. I mean, when you're missing that consistently and that much, got to be something in that delivery. Some catchers can pick that stuff up, some can't. Awfully difficult to get yourself back into rhythm in the middle of an inning. And sometimes you can, but when there's men on base, that's difficult to do.
Full count. Scooter's been on a nice run since he was called back up from AAA. He's hitting over 300. This is his 18th game since returning. He's got 11 RBIs. He's hit 3 home runs since coming back. 3-2 again, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. He went with a breaking ball on a 3-2 pitch. That took some guts. And Jeanette is gone, and that sets up Lorenzen to get out of the inning, maybe.
Yeah, that was the first one of the at bat. Yeah, good off speed pitch going, down on Jeanette. It was a changeup. So all fastballs. The first 7 pitches fastballs, then he gets them on a changeup.
So here is Fires. Well, Fires trying to return the favor. Lorenzen singled off him last inning. Fires is up there with 2 on and 2 out. The slow moving Ramirez at second and the speedy Segura at first. One and 2 on Fires. Mike's not known as much of a hitter, but he does have 2 hits this season. 2 for 22 at the plate. That hit came in his last start.
Yeah, having a difficult time getting the bat head out on Lorenzen.
30th pitch of the inning, a swing and a miss. Fire strikes out, but a couple of 30-pitch innings for the rookie starter. Brewers lead 3-0.
Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. The Brewers 3-0 lead here at Great American Ballpark. Mike Fiers looking to build off of a solid month of June where he went 2-2 in 6 starts, and he's coming off of his last start against the Twins. 7 innings of 1-run ball for him, and Fiers has been trying to get deeper into games, so pleased with that outing, saying the biggest thing for him was he's finally trusting his stuff, especially going after guys inside the zone. He says it's just trying not to get away from that throughout the game, especially in those later innings. Counsell said he made a lot of pressure pitches in a tight game, so pleased with how he responded in that outing, saying he's been his most consistent starter this season.
Well, he does what every starting pitcher wants to provide a manager: keep us in the game, and that's really what it boils down to for Craig Counsell. And he'd like to see that win-loss total start to even out a little bit. He feels like he's pitching much better than what his record indicates.
Yeah, both his last 2 starts very good, but not getting a lot of run support. Both no decisions. Particularly good against the Twins his last time out. Allowed only 1 run in 7 innings.
The Brewers are 7-9 in Fiers starts. So when you consider that Milwaukee coming into play here is 15 games under, that's actually a little bit of an improvement over what the baseline is.
And they've won 3 of the last 4 starts that Fiers has made. So teams starting to win games with Fiers out on the mound. The issue with the pitch count for Fiers for me is not so much the walks. It's when he can't get his curveball or changeup over for strikes. He's throwing a lot of fastballs. That's when he gets a lot of foul balls. A lot of deep counts because guys are fouling pitches off.
Todd Frazier fouls it away.
But when he gets a changeup, the curveball over, those fastballs up, all of a sudden become strikeouts.
Well, Fiers in 7 innings of 1-run ball against the Twins. With those 96 pitches, but it was a no decision for him in that game. The Brewers won the game 5-3. And there have been a lot of games like that he's had no decisions, and the Brewers have gone on to win as Frazier chases one and he fouls it back.
Somehow able to get a bat on it. As we mentioned early in the game, Fiers probably had his best changeup of the season his last time out against Minnesota.
One ball, 2 strikes on Frazier, and he lines it. Oh, what a catch by Segura! Gene Segura lays out. What a play by the Brewers shortstop for the first out of the inning, robbing Todd Frazier of a base hit.
And able to get that glove down on the ground because that almost was at the dirt when he caught it. Check out Segura. He dives, keeps the glove down, and able to grab it. That's a nice play by Segura. Defense has been pretty good on this road trip so far. Defense has gotten the Brewers out of a number of jams in Philadelphia, and a nice play to get the first out in the 4th.
There's a shot by Bruce, foul up into the seats. That's been the hardest hit ball of the night. Todd Frazier lines out. Excellent play by Segura. Bruce was a strikeout victim in the first, the lone K for Fiers tonight. As a ground ball, much easier chance for Segura, and 2 men are out. Two up, 2 down.
Craig Counsell would love to get 7 innings out of Mike Fiers tonight.
Boy, would he ever.
Bullpen worked quite a bit in yesterday's game. K-Rod's been out there a lot. Will Smith, Jeffress. Just about every one of them.
We started naming off names, and every one, Counsell said, I'd rather not use him. I'd rather not use him. I'd rather not use him either.
But if B, I think he will.
A looping curveball misses high. Brewers did make a player move, actually made 2 player moves today. A pitcher and a position player out, Corey Knebel and Jason Rogers to AAA. And 2 pitchers coming up, Tyler Cravey and David Goforth. They are active, available in the bullpen tonight.
Yeah, both of them did a pretty good job while they were here. I think Jason Rogers is going to enjoy the playing time down in the minor leagues. Let's see him again for sure.
He's not being sent down because he wasn't having success here in the big leagues by no stretch. Swing and a miss. Marlon Byrd in a 1-2 count.
Or Knebel. He did well.
Brewers are playing with a 4-man bench here tonight. There are so many National League teams with 8 relievers and 4 bench players. It's alarming.
Yeah, including Cincinnati. You've got some American League teams doing that. You can understand that.
Sure.
A 4-man bench in the American League. You got the DH.
The Brewers have series versus the Reds, the Braves, and the Dodgers, and feeling like they need an extra arm in that bullpen. What they really need is their starting pitchers to go deep into games, get deeper into these games. The bullpen is picking up a ton of innings right now. Ground ball back up the middle, a base hit. 2-out single for Marlon Byrd. Reds have had a base runner in 3 of the 4 innings. 2 hits and a walk thus far, but never more than 4 batters in an inning for Fiers.
Yeah, missed his spot there, and Marlon Byrd able to bang it into center field. Yeah, Byrd was hitting about 150 the last time we saw Cincinnati. He's been swinging the bat pretty well.
He's another one of those streaky guys that gets going as the weather warms up. Eugenio Suarez now, the Red shortstop. Suarez was a switch hitter. He's now just a right-handed only batter. He's hot recently. He's hitting over 400 in his last 9 games coming into this one. Zach Cozart blew out his ACL, season-ending injury. And Suarez became the starting shortstop. He was promoted on June 11th, hitting .256 in AAA. Hit for some power down there, had 8 homers and 25 runs batted in. There's a strike.
Yeah, hitting over 300 here.
So you just got to get to the big leagues to hit 300. It's too tough in the minor leagues.
Not just hitting, how about pitching? Look at Taylor Youngman, what he's been able to do.
Yep.
Right?
Both players are thriving with the third deck. Fires in a 1-2 count. Got a runner at first. Byrd. 2 outs in the Cincinnati 4th. Had a good pitch to hit. He fouls it away.
Amazing how he's able to get that fastball at 91 miles an hour by these guys. Just able to hang on. We saw that with Todd Frazier. It's all about that deception and his ability to get the off-speed stuff over. He's been able to throw a curveball for a strike to Suarez here. That slows his bat down a bit. A couple of change-ups.
Reds are coming off a series win against the Twins. Twins left Milwaukee to come to Cincinnati. Reds had yesterday off. On the ground, diving stop. Ramirez from his knees. The throw is in time. What a pick by Lind. Heck of a play on both ends. Aramis Ramirez dipping into the fountain of youth. Big time play by the Brewers third baseman to end the inning. From his knees, he gets Suarez. Sweet scoop by Lind. Bears working on a shutout through the first four. Carsoup.com trivia, all-star centric trivia question tonight. The '88 All-Star game in Cincinnati had two Brewers. Can you name them?
Molitor and Plesac, yep.
Dan Plesac. He pitched the third of an inning.
The sack man.
Molitor was the starter at second base. Here are the starting lineups from that game in 1988. Boy, there's some great names on here.
About that, huh?
And Cal Ripken Jr., Molitor, Ricky Henderson, all Hall of Famers there. Wade Boggs, Jose Canseco. Look at the National League side with Strawberry and Bonilla.
Yeah, a few Hall of Famers on that side, too.
Bobby Bonilla just got a big fat check from the Mets the other day. July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day until the year, I believe it's 2025. It's actually the year 2035. He gets $1 million a year.
Yeah, that's nice.
And he hasn't played a game in how long?
Deferred salary.
New pitcher rock is Nate Adcock.
Yeah, Adcock came up on June 7th. They optioned Jumbo Diaz. I was wondering where Jumbo was. Adcock last pitched on Monday, pitched 2 scoreless innings. Big fastball for Adcock. He was a closer down in Louisville in AAA.
Top of the order coming up for the Brew Crew, Gerardo Parra. If you're just picking us up, the Brewers with 2 runs in the first inning. Parra hit a home run to lead off. And then Adam Lind had an RBI ground out. Parra, Lucroy, and Braun started the game with hits. And then Ramirez hit a leadoff home run in the second inning. Those are the 3 runs for the Brewers tonight. Slings it in there, Adcock. Fastball, slider. Got him pegged as a late inning reliever, but they're working on a few mechanical hiccups with Adcock. That's tough to do in the big leagues. Boy, that is easy cheese right there.
Yeah, 94 to 96 miles an hour. He's got all 4. Changeup, slider, curveball. Big dude coming at you.
That was his cruising speed fastball for a strike. And a bullet to right, a base hit by Parra. Gerardo just keeps on keeping on. This guy
he is an impressive story this year for Milwaukee.
And if you were to have to vote on the MVP right now for the Brewers at this point in the season, I think Parra get a lot of votes.
I'd take Parra.
He has been invaluable.
I'd take Parra over Adam Lind right now, just for the offense and the defense. It gives you a great defense out there.
Been an everyday player this year.
Lucroy at the plate, presented by Wendy's.
I would imagine Doug Melvin getting a lot of phone calls about Gerardo Parra. Contending team would love to have him.
You know, a guy's on the radar when we start getting questions about him. Scouts are asking us, hey, how about this guy?
Yeah, up here in the second deck.
Well, what do you know? From what I've seen, he's pretty good.
Yeah. Great counsel. I was talking to Craig about him today. Say he's a gamer. He just wants to play. He's been a good influence. We'll have a serious conversation with his teammates. Wants to win.
There was a stretch up until last homestand, until last Sunday actually. Parra played in 26 consecutive games. He played in every inning of every game. And I talked to him at the cage the next day and said, wow, you played 26 straight games every inning. He goes, oh man, I love it. He goes, I don't want a day off. I don't need a day off.
Right.
Love the playing time.
Comes to the ballpark and expects his name to be in that lineup. And I can't imagine how Craig Counsell is going to keep him out of the lineup even when Davis comes back.
And he throws it away. And Parra on his way to second base. So a throwing error by Adcock, the pitcher. And that'll put a runner in scoring position here in the fifth inning.
Parra taunting Brandon Phillips. Kept walking toward third base. Phillips saying, go ahead, run. I'll throw you out.
Always having fun. Knows when to bear down. He knows when to cut loose a little bit. He's telling all the outfielders where to play. They're not paying attention, but he's going to tell them anyway. Big spot for Lucroy. Tried to tack one on here. Brewers have been able to keep this sellout crowd quiet thus far.
He might have been turning around saying, I'm going to run on you in left, you in center, but I'm not running on you in right.
That's maybe exactly what he was doing.
Nobody runs with Jay Bruce.
I'm going to run on Poppy in left. I'm going to run on Poppy in center. I'm not going to run on Poppy in right.
Not Big Poppy.
Lucroy, center field, well hit. Hamilton on the run, and he'll watch it up off the wall. Parra's going to round third. He's going to try to score. Here comes a throw, and Parra safe at home. Went around the tag, a great slide. Lucroy doubles off the fence. A run is in. It's 4-0 Milwaukee.
Boy, Billy Hamilton got there quickly, played it beautifully off the wall, and made a good throw into the infield. Parra caught in no man's land a little bit. Wasn't sure if that ball was going to be caught. He was kind of caught in between, and finally, once that ball hit the ground, took off, and it was close at home plate. That's well done by Billy Hamilton out there. A good throw into Phillips, but Phillips' throw up the line a little bit. That's what allowed Parra to score.
That would have been a curious call here. Watch how Barnhart jumps into the running lane. These are always
throw took him in there, I think.
Yeah. And a face full, jersey full of dust and chalk from home plate. That was a beautiful slide.
Yeah, Lucroy's starting to really get hot. He's got his batting average up to almost 260 from where he started.
Parra might have been shaken up a little bit. Saw athletic trainer Dan Wright giving him a look. Lucroy at second. Here's Braun now. Lucroy is now 11 for 18 on the road trip. I had to do some quick math. He's got 3 hits tonight. So 11 hits on the road trip with 3 runs batted in.
Hitting .259 right now.
Yeah, he's hitting over 300 since coming off the DL. He is at second for Braun. Nobody out. Ryan Braun has more home runs at Great American Park than any other stadium in the big leagues outside of Miller Park, his home stadium. 17 career home runs in this venue. Over a 9-year major league career.
And had a good one to knock out of the ballpark right there. A hanging slider. A little bit behind it.
Well, we're on another no-hitter watch tonight, Rock.
Another one?
They're popping up all over the place.
They are.
Anibal Sanchez of the Tigers has a no-hitter through 6 innings against the heavy-hitting Blue Jays. That is in Detroit. Tigers lead that game 7-0. Anibal Sanchez has thrown a no-hitter in his career with the Marlins. Not one with the Tigers. Miguel Cabrera left that game with an injury. That'll be news in Detroit. He is the leader in the American League voting among first basemen, taking over Eric Hosmer for that spot. 2-2 to Braun with Lucroy at second.
All-star starters get announced on Sunday.
I was talking to Ryan Braun earlier today about the All-Star experience and specifically the Home Run Derby. They changed the rules of the Home Run Derby this year, so it's going to go on it's a match play scenario until you advance, and then it's on a clock, so you can have as many swings in 5 minutes as you can muster up.
Yeah, might not see guys taking so many pitches like they do.
Ryan Braun brought up an interesting point. As a guy who's been in the Home Run Derby, he said he loved the experience. He would do it again in a heartbeat if he was ever asked, but it is extremely nerve-wracking and extremely demanding physically, way more than he thought.
Tiring, yeah.
And he's a little concerned about the clock. He thinks it's going to get guys out of their rhythm, and they're going to try to take as many swings as possible. And he feels like it makes you more susceptible to injury than the previous version. And a swing and a miss. Braun strikes out. So there is the first out for Adcock, and it's a punch out of Ryan Braun here in the 5th.
They got him on a breaking pitch off the plate. And good block by Barnhart, the first out of the inning.
It's going to be some fun watching the Home Run Derby in this ballpark. Hopefully it's nice and warm for the All-Star game here, and the ball will really be jumping.
Yeah, there's going to be some monumental shots in this ballpark.
You're going to get bonus points in the Home Run Derby this year if you hit one over, I think it's 450, 470 maybe. There's a distance bonus. Strike to Adam Lynn.
Distance bonus?
There is. There's a distance bonus. It's like a 3-point shot. I'd rather see.
So not only are the guys going to be swinging often, they're going to be swinging out of their shoes.
Exactly.
And, yeah, I get you.
As fast as they can, as hard as they can.
Yeah, I'm with Ronnie there.
Man, athletic trainers beware. Can't imagine anything going wrong. You know, you're down there, there's no cage. Bronny was talking about cameras are all over you. You're just on an island.
Plus, you're taking batting practice without a cage. I mean,
yeah, that's it.
I mean, that's, you know, it's crazy.
It's like the shell, you know, it's the comfort zone. But take that cage away. Ryan was saying every home run derby participant panics about being shut out.
And it's happened.
So until that first one goes over the wall, it is just full on anxiety to try to get one out of the ballpark. You don't want to be embarrassed on that big stage. There have been a number that have been shut out. Two balls and a strike on Lind, and a wave and a miss. 2-2.
Too bad Giancarlo Stanton's not going to be able to participate. That would have been worth the price of admission.
Yep. I don't know if Miguel Cabrera would have done it or not, or is considering it. You hope he can stay healthy. Last year, Todd Frazier was runner-up in the home run derby to Yoenis Cespedes, who's won it back-to-back years. Frazier, I'm sure he'll be back in it this year. No problem. That's a guarantee.
Yeah. Home ballpark.
He's kind of the he's the ambassador for all things All-Star, Todd Frazier. You know, he'll enjoy it.
Yeah, Puig got shut out last year.
Yes, he did. I remember that now. I think Brandon Inge got shut out one year, didn't he?
Jason Bay. Why do I remember this stuff?
I don't know. 2-2 pitch, and Lynn fouls it away. Just that little birdie in your ear.
You think that's what it was?
That little mechanism.
You testing my memory?
Helps you remember things. Lucroy at second. Some dark clouds rolling in here as we play in the top of the fifth, and Lynn back up the middle. They got a man right there. Suarez out number 2. So Lucroy to third base, and it is now time for you to tweet us. Send your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag WisDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile. WisDataStrongFan. Rolls off the tongue. Carlos Gomez with 2 outs and a runner at third. And a shot into center field, a base hit. In the score is Lucroy, and the Brewers lead it 5-0. 2 more runs coming in here in the fifth.
One of those 2-out base hits with men in scoring position. Those are crushers for the opponent. That gives the Brewers a 5-0 lead. And Gomez able to stay back on it. Nice easy swing. Didn't overswing at all. Hits it hard into center. So Lucroy finally able to come around to score.
First hit of the night for Gomez. An RBI single with 2 outs gives Ramirez a swing. And he takes strike 1. Boy, what a performance. Brewers just continue to come up big at the plate. This is an amazing run offensively for Milwaukee over an extended period of time.
Well, they've had 4 consecutive games with 10 or more hits. 2 more, and they extend that to 5.
59 hits in the Philadelphia series in 4 games. Had 2 games where they had 16 hits in Philadelphia, which at the time was a season high, the first one, and then they had a 17-hit game on Wednesday night, which set a new season high. 8 on the board already. We play in the 5th. Pitch out. Gomez stays put. Brewers have chased the starter, Michael Lorenzen, who came into this start on a good run.
Yeah, his shortest start of the season.
1 ball, 1 strike. Adcock fouled off by Ramirez. Well, with the Reds enjoying a day off yesterday, the Brewers trying to tap into that bullpen tonight. And it's a good start. They've gotten in there early. 4 innings for Lorenzen, giving up 3 runs. A ton of pitches. Here's a 1-2. Gomez goes, and Ramirez fouls it off. Carlos was caught stealing earlier tonight.
Yeah, Reds guessed right. They pitched out and got him easily at second.
Ramirez, who homered back in the second, has not been retired tonight. Home run and a walk. In the air, left field. Did he get it? He did not. Bird is there. And that will retire the side. So Adcock comes on. Gomez delivers a 2-out RBI. First it was Lucroy going off the wall, driving in Gerardo Parra. And then Gomez makes it 5-0 Brewers.
Hotel and Casino, a big 5-0 lead for the Crew here and the 5th. If you are a biking enthusiast, you will love joining the Brewers Community Foundation for the inaugural benefit bike ride scheduled for August 8th. The ride includes 4 routes, 22 and 44-mile routes starting and ending at Miller Park, and also 88 and 100-mile routes from Madison to Miller Park. You can pedal to benefit 4 nonprofit organizations, including the Urban Ecology Center, Dream Bikes, Penfield Children's Center, and the Miracle League of Milwaukee. This also includes a tailgate party and ticket to the Brewers and Cardinals game. So, Rock, you told me to come up with a off-day plan for us tomorrow while BA's working. I think maybe we should rent some bikes and cruise around Cincinnati. Get ready for the bike ride.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, that would be good, but...
Get an electro bike with a cup holder.
Motorcycle? That's a good idea, Sophia.
Tucker Barnhart leads off. And a swing and a foul back. I could see you and Sophia on a tandem bike with Sophia, doing all the work. You kicking back like maybe a rickshaw. She'd be up there pedaling away.
I'm sitting in there smoking a cigar.
And dragging you around Fountain Square.
That's how it would end up, probably.
She's strong enough to do that, Sophia.
Yeah.
She's small in stature, but she packs a mean punch.
She's wiry.
High fly ball to right. Braun on his way toward the line, and he's got it for the out. That ball was way up there. So 1 away. Barnhart retired. A lot of outs in the air for
Mike fires tonight, and we will have a pinch hitter for Adcock. Former Brewer Jason Bourgeois will bat. Just got back to the Reds. Bourgeois fouls it away. Bourgeois has been on the disabled list all season with a fractured left scapula. As you see the bullpen active for Cincinnati. That is Carlos Contreras throwing. Bourgeois had his injury in spring training. So he just got back on the field in June in a minor league rehab scenario. And on the active big league roster. Curveball lined in the left field, a base hit. Bourgeois singles, a pinch hit single.
Well, he's always been able to make pretty good contact. Bourgeois with his 6 different major league team, and that brings us to tonight's time of the game winner. Pulleys in Madison. If they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, they'll get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a Brewers home game this year. I think Matt LePay's sitting there right now.
You know he is.
This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Sitting there with Craig Cashon. A man on for Billy Hamilton. Hamilton flew out to right his last time up. Hamilton has 40 stolen bases this season already. Not even at the halfway point of the year for the Reds. They've had a few games lost because of rain. 40 steals. That leads the National League and the major leagues by far. No one close.
By 14. It's not rare for him to be able to steal second and third.
He's an excellent defender. He has an extremely strong arm. He was a shortstop coming up in the Red system. They had all these great young shortstops and decided that Hamilton was going to be the one to move with his speed. They had Hamilton and Cozart and Didi Gregorius all coming up through their system at the same time. Hamilton was behind those other two. The decision was made to trade Gregorius to the Diamondbacks. He's now the Yankee shortstop. They went with Cozart as their shortstop of the future. They moved Hamilton to center field.
He's made the transition nicely. He's not a bad center fielder.
2 balls and a strike. 2-2 now.
Yeah, what you lack in experience out there with Billy Hamilton in the outfield, you make up for in speed. Might not get the greatest jump, might not take the greatest route, but somehow he gets there because he's so fast. You can imagine what he's going to be able to do, the baseballs he's going to be able to get to once he learns how to track the ball out there and get good jumps, learns hitters.
Yeah, by all accounts, he's a great teammate. He's a guy that wants to learn, works hard at his craft. You love hearing that stuff. Slaps one foul. Count remains 2-2. Vince Coleman was a great base stealer, one of the best ever. And Billy Hamilton, the fastest to 100 steals since Vince Coleman did it back in 1985. He got his 100th stolen base in the big leagues in his 219th game. Coleman did it in 135 games. I feel like Coleman, you know, he was in that era, and there were a lot of guys like that, Ricky Henderson as well, but I remember Lou Brock used to talk about this a lot. That was the era where guys were stealing bases in any scenario, and that was, you were in that era. I mean, right. you know better than anybody. It didn't matter the score, the situation, down 4, 5, 6. Guys were just trying to accumulate stolen bases.
Yeah, you got into 7, 8, 9 runs, and there was no stealing bases back in those days. Somebody picks one out of the ribs, you do that.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know, these days 5, 6 run leads, that's not much. I mean, you see that all the time. Got teams coming back from 5, 6 runs down. And sees it all the time.
You just don't see stolen bases like in that era. I don't think. I don't know if you feel differently or not, but you know, other than Billy Hamilton,
right?
Who's a guy that's going to steal even 50 bases
right.
in a season?
You know, D. Gordon over there in Miami, but it's a home run era right now.
Right.
People are guys are hitting home runs.
Yeah, stay put.
You don't see hit and runs.
8th pitch of the at-bat, ground ball. Segura is over. Got it. Step on the back. Throw to first. A double play. Wow, that is rare. Just the second double play grounded into of the year for Hamilton. And a heck of a play by Gene Segura. 6-3 double play to end the inning. All Brewers so far tonight.
Nothing over the Reds, and at Miller Park every Monday is a Miller Highlight Monday at all Monday home games, including this coming Monday against the Braves. Terrace reserve seats are just $9. That's courtesy of Miller High Life. For details, visit brewers.com/highlife.
New pitcher Rockies Carlos Contreras coming out of the Cincinnati bullpen. He is the 3rd pitcher used tonight. The starter Michael Lorenzen went 4 innings here tonight, giving up 3 earned runs and a couple of home runs to Parra and Ramirez.
Yeah, got called up on June 16th. He's been pretty good. He hasn't allowed a run in 6 appearances. And began the year in Louisville. Got called up in April, got sent down, and now he's back.
Segura on the first pitch flies out to Bruce. Out number 1 here in the 6th inning. Anibal Sanchez is through 7 innings of no-hit ball. Verlander's got a couple of no-hitters for the Tigers. One against Milwaukee in 07. Prior to that, Jack Morris was the last Tiger to throw a no-hitter. 1984. Verlander no-hit the Brewers and then the Blue Jays. And Sanchez has a no-hitter going against the Blue Jays tonight.
I even saw Jack Morris in Minnesota. Always fun talking to him.
Tell you what, he can get into the
beautiful discussion about the modern player. He's great.
That's a guy that should be in the Hall of Fame, I think.
I agree. You know what he did? He pitched to the wind.
Yep.
That's what he. So a lot of the numbers don't quite look right for Jack Morris, but in his era, he was one of the most dominant pitchers in the game. And
without a doubt.
I think that's what the Hall of Fame should be.
Right.
Who were the dominant players of a decade or an era? He was certainly one of them. Jeanette bounces out. 2 outs in the inning for Carrasco.
And his 10 innings in the World Series in Game 7. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, matching up against John Smoltz. That was one of the great games ever. Epic. Mike fires with 2 outs. Fires has such a big beard growing now. I kind of forgot what he looks like. But then I'm reminded by his beautiful headshot up on the screen. Look at him. He's all happy. He's smiling.
Little Jerry Seinfeld there, isn't it?
Look at that smile. That's great. Fires' beard is getting to the point where he could put his hotel key in there for safekeeping. Toothbrush.
Mike's one of those guys you actually stand there in front of him for 5 minutes and you can watch his hair grow.
It's like a chia pet.
That's a thick beard. That's only a day's growth, actually.
That is. He shaved. He shaved Wednesday. It grows everywhere but his head.
There's some pretty kind words from Craig Counsell about Fires tonight. Talking about him being the most consistent starter for Milwaukee this year.
Same guy.
You don't see Jerry Seinfeld on the right?
Oh, I do. Oh, absolutely. I see a lot of things. Yeah, he just lays the bat out on it, and Suarez will make the play, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Carlos Contreras. Smile, you're on candid camera. Mike Fires working on a shutout through the first 5 innings. Time now for you to tweet us your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag WisDataStrongFan. You might see yourself in an upcoming Fox Sports Wisconsin broadcast. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. Well, the Brewers defensively on this road trip. They have stood up tall. There have been some errors, but there have been some great plays to not only preserve leads, change momentum, A number of scoops by Adam Lind. That was a beautiful play by Segura earlier tonight. How about this one from Ramirez from his knees and another pick. And then this one, a double play on the fastest player of the big leagues, Billy Hamilton.
And that's what you have to have. I mean, if you're going to win games, Brewers have won 5 straight. You have to have good defense. You can't be giving away a lot of extra outs and win. Brewers did have a 3-error game in Philly. I think that was Tuesday night. But other than that, they've been pretty sound.
Well, Ramirez has a home run tonight as well. Gerardo Parra had a diving catch the other night in Philadelphia. He had a dive at home plate. Brewers are all smiles tonight. Having some fun finally after a brutal start to the season. Cruz got it going on a little bit. Had a 500 month of June. Not lost in July. Fiers trying to keep it rolling. He's got a 3-hit shutout going through the first 5 innings. Top of the order coming up. And Phillips turns on one but pulls it foul. Fiers has given up just those 3 hits tonight. All of them singles. He's issued a walk.
2 of them did his pitcher's spot. Lorenzen and Bourgeois, the pinch hitter.
He's got Phillips 0-2. Phillips sitting on a 7-game hit streak. Oh, 2 count. Popped him up. Foul territory. Long run for everybody. And Fiers is the one who makes the catch. And somehow everybody stays upright. Fiers,
what a play,
decided to take that in his own hands, and he makes the play for out number 1.
Well, look how far he went to get that baseball. That was an incredible play by Mike Fiers. You get rid of the baseball, you become a fielder. And I'm not sure if Adam Lind was going to be able to get there. Fiers able to make the catch, and
Fiers was fine until Lind just started.
Lind tried to help him and made things worse.
He's trying to. Isn't that illegal, that kind of block? I think so.
2 minutes for holding.
Isn't that a leg whip? Oh, well, we can laugh. Everybody's all right. Fiers just kept getting pinned.
3 Brewers there. No Reds of any assistance anywhere around. That's the way it is, though.
Good play by Fiers. See, pitchers are people, too. They can make catches on pop-ups.
John Lucroy buying some time right now, wanting to give his pitcher a kind of a little bit of a breather.
Especially with Joey Votto coming up.
That might be one you see a bunch tonight.
You know who's going to love that? John Smoltz. He's always complaining about pitchers not being allowed to catch pop-ups. Well, there you go, Smoltzy.
There you go. For you.
Put that on your reel. Wow, interesting setup here around the ballpark. There are flashing lights everywhere.
Those are cell phones, right?
Are they?
With the flashlight, you kind of.
Is that what people are doing?
Set them off. They do it at concerts.
Why are they doing it right now?
No idea.
I feel like this is some kind of rehearsal for the All-Star game. Brewers come in, they unveil a new scoreboard. They're trying out fan-friendly cell phone lighting opportunities.
Well, that can't be very good to try and hit, looking at all those flashing lights.
This is like Cincinnati's version of the wave. It starts with one area and goes all around.
It just keeps growing.
It's quite impressive.
Should we get ours out?
It's a good idea. I'm going to do it right now. What do you do? Did you just like
turn your flashlight on?
Turn it on?
Yeah.
Well, that does eat up a lot of battery, though. A swing and a miss, and Votto strikes out.
And Votto wasn't too happy. I mean, I think he made a motion into the dugout. I mean, some type of an arm motion saying these lights are distracting. And you would think that they would be. Votto swings right through it. You can see the flickering lights in the stands.
Well, I suppose that's not a bad thing to do. I think we'll join in.
So you got to turn it off and on, though. And that's what they're doing.
You turn your flashlight off and
Come
on?
on, work with me here. If I know, how do you not know?
No, I got it. I'm in now. Frazier takes a ball.
I think that might be distracting.
Is it?
I'll play no part to that. Go ahead, turn it on.
It's not on?
There you go.
There. Wow. I really feel like I'm part of something now. Flashlight's not a bad idea, actually, to read the scorecard. Having a tough time turning it off now, Rock. There we go. Todd Frazier in a 2-1 count. Got in on his hands.
Good changeup. Got it in on his fists.
Frazier tonight is 0 for 2. Segura made a great play on him back in the 4th inning. That led off the inning. Diving catch. Shattered his bat. Ramirez will wind it up, and Mike fires with the flashes popping everywhere. He has 6 shutout innings on the board. 5-0 Brewers. Leisure night tonight, where the lights are flashing everywhere. 5-0 Brewers. We head to the 7th inning. That's a very annoying, that light. Miller Lite, what's on tap? Here's what's coming up. Jimmy Nelson tomorrow against Josh Smith. This game will be on Fox tomorrow. 6:15 first pitch. Hope you'll join us. Jimmy Nelson has been very good, or he has really struggled. There's been very little middle ground with Jimmy. He's hoping tomorrow is going to be his night on the 4th of July in Cincinnati.
Yeah, Jimmy picked up a win against the Phillies. He got the ball rolling in Philadelphia on Monday. 5 innings, 4 runs, only gave up 6 hits.
Gerardo Parra leads off for the Brewers here in the 7th. That was one of those outings for Nelson that he got the win. The Brewers came back, remember, in that game. They were down. And able to give Nelson a victory. The Anibal Sanchez no-hitter has been broken up. Ezequiel Carrera of the Blue Jays in the 8th inning had a single. Sanchez threw a no-hitter in 06. Got close. Got within 5 outs. Parra grounds to Votto. And there's out number 1.
Hey, the Brewers post-game concert series presented by Miller Lite continues on Saturday, August 15th, as the Goo Goo Dolls take the stage at Miller Park following the Brewers matchup against the Phillies. To reserve your spot at the show and the ball game, visit brewers.com/concerts.
I think that's the appropriate place for a cell phone light.
Right.
A Goo Goo Dolls concert.
The baseball's not flying at you at 95 miles an hour.
I've never seen it in a ballpark.
No.
Like that. Here's Lucroy.
I think they're done.
I do remember a game in the minor leagues, and it was in El Paso, the Brewers AA affiliate at the time. They had a promotion that night. It was flashlight night, and they gave away these little flashlights. And you can't imagine how that could go wrong.
Right.
But then the PA announcer came on, and they always did. You remember El Paso. There was always antics.
That was at the old El Paso.
The Dudley Dome.
Stadium.
Oh, that was, and even more so back then.
Yeah.
This was at Cohen Stadium. And anyway, the PA announcer came on and said, all right, everybody, take out your flashlights and point them at the pitcher. Umpire stopped the game.
Yeah.
It took a while to settle that scene down. But, you know, you're only talking 5,000 people in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Not 40.
That was something in El Paso when I was there.
They had a lot going on during the game. Lucroy pops this into foul ground. That's going to end up in the seats.
When I was in El Paso in '81, I think it was, the PA announcer during an inning would actually be, doing, chants. I mean, we want to hit, that type of stuff.
It's lasted forever.
I mean, that's you never see that in the ballpark.
We want to hit. Over and over and over again. Never ended.
No.
Two to Lucroy. Fouls it away. My favorite El Paso public address story is the trainer of the team I was with. He was small in stature, he's kind of my size. And he ran out onto the field for an injury. Wasn't a bad injury. Everybody's kind of laughing. Okay, no problem. The PA announcer comes on the mic and says, we were the Dodgers AA affiliate. The Dodgers don't have to waste an extra plane ticket on this gentleman. They just put him in the overhead bin. The PA announcer.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That was
True story.
Sideshow, that place.
When they'd have big crowds there in El Paso, they used to rope off the outfield. So when they'd have overflow crowds, they'd put fans on the field, on the warning track.
Wow. Like the old days.
It was like the old days. Guy's name was Jim Paul, who ran that club.
Yeah. Wasn't Paul Stralzen was the PA guy?
That's it.
That was
good
his name.
memory.
Yeah, I remember.
Wow.
Everybody had a nickname.
Yep. And if you hit a home run and you played for the Diablos and you were at home, you just prayed that the inning would continue on for a long time, because after every home run, the batter who hit the homer would go stand right over there down the aisle, and
hold his helmet out and everybody would fill it up with dollar bills.
He'd have to walk up and down the line.
Yeah.
You never want to hit a home run with 2 outs.
No.
Good times. Minor leagues were great. Yeah. A lot of fun.
Good to remember them. Wasn't so great to be in them. Now that you look back, it's like, that was pretty fun.
They were fun times. Not a lot of pressure. Guys having fun. Not making any money.
That's for sure. 9th pitch of the at bat, and Lucroy spoils another one. Carlos Contreras, working in his 2nd inning, came in for Adcock. And Lucroy, how about that walk?
Yeah.
10-pitch walk by Jonathan Lucroy.
Yeah, really seeing it well right now.
So he's got 3 hits and a walk, on base 4 times, scored twice, and an RBI his last time up. And that was an impressive battle. And now it's Braun with Lucroy at first and 1 out.
Yeah, before you know it, you're going to look up at that scoreboard around the beginning of August, and Lucroy is going to be around the 280 mark. I mean, the media guy doesn't lie. I mean, the guys are going to hit what they're going to hit. Slow start or not, Lucroy is just too good of a hitter to be staying down in the low 200s.
Braun jumping on the first pitch. A base hit. He is a smart hitter. He knows 10-pitch at bat. He knows that Contreras is going to want to get ahead. And Braun was ready for it. Ryan has 2 hits tonight. 2 for 4. And now Adam Lind.
And he kind of knows when they're going to try and bust him inside too. His first base hit came to right field. Hit a fly ball to right. And Contreras trying to come inside on him, and he punches it into left field.
Two on, 1 away. Lynn takes one outside, low. I was looking at the Lucroy game logs. You're right. He, in 1 month, he's raised his average from 151 to 259.
Yeah.
He bottomed out at 122. He was hitting 122 on June 1st, which is his first game back. Impressive.
Yeah. They come in bunches for good hitters. I mean, it all equals out at some point, but when you're a hitter like Lucroy, you stay on the ball, you don't try and pull it, you're going to get your hits.
He's got 11 hits in his last 4 games.
He always kept a good attitude about it too. He knew he was having a rough time of it. Really no excuses, and didn't say a whole lot, but now he's back.
Second walk of the inning. Lind is aboard. The bases are loaded. And this is an opportunity to put this one away with Carlos Gomez coming up. Jeff Pico back out to the mound.
I don't think anybody's throwing in that Reds bullpen. You can't see out there. Can't tell. Guys are moving around, but this is his inning, Contreras. There you go.
Finally some activity in the bullpen. Burke Badenhop, former Brewer. Under the watchful eye of Mac Jenkins, the bullpen coach. Nate Adcock win an inning. Contreras working in his 2nd inning. Bases loaded for Gomez. 5-0 Brewers here in the 7th. Last time up, Gomez singled into center field, a base hit that drove in a run with 2 outs. And that one's hit high in the air, deep to left. Gomez will watch it fly. A grand slam. Carlos Gomez. 5 RBIs tonight for Gomez. He picks up 4 on his 6th home run of the season. And the Brewers have busted this one wide open. 9-0 Milwaukee.
Yeah, he laid off that breaking pitch. It was off the play. Then Contreras gave him one down in the zone. First career grand slam for him. Check it out. It was in, it was down, and a home run and a grand slam for Carlos Gomez, our Marshfield Clinic shining moment of the game. The Brewers had the opportunity to put this one away, and it looks like they might have done it.
9 runs on 10 hits. First of his career, Carlos Gomez. He's high-fiving everyone, even the security guards down there. Ramirez pops this up, foul grounds, and there is out number 2. Gomez just goes down. The police officer, the grounds crew, photographers.
Not a bad night for Gogo.
Man, I'm telling you. Not a bad night for anyone.
Gogo was very frustrated in last night's ball game. 0 for 5. Grounded into a double play. Remember, he busted his bat over his knee and left it there, and a little bit different tonight. That's what's great about baseball. You have a rough night one night, you come right back at it, and you're the star.
Segura into right field. That's going to fall, a base hit. And a few boo birds coming out here in Cincinnati. Segura with his first hit of the night, 1 for 3.
Another 10-hit performance by the Brewers. 5 in a row.
'70 hits in 5 games.
Where have they been all year?
Wow, no kidding. Brian Price is going to make a double switch here.
That pitch count getting away from Contreras. 33 pitches for him.
So Price will make a pitching change. Obviously, he's looking for some length in this one. He's going to remove Todd Frazier from the game. And the white flag is up. Frazier made the last out. Chance to get him off his feet. Contreras cannot get through 2 innings here tonight. Giving up 4 runs with 1 swing of the bat. Carlos Gomez with a grand slam. And in comes Bert Badenhop. We'll take a break, set up the new pitcher when we continue. all in Philly. Their first night in Cincinnati. They have a 9-0 lead as we play in the 7th inning. Just saw a grand slam off the bat of Carlos Gomez. The double switch is Ivan De Jesus. He'll take over at third base for Frazier. And the new pitcher is a familiar face, Bert Badenhop.
Yeah, Badenhop in his 29th appearance. You see the earned run average at almost 6. It's 5.59. He got off to a horrible start. Since the end of April, he's posted a 245 earned run average at 6 runs in 22 innings. So much better for Badenhop. 15 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 29 innings of work.
Scooter Gennett will bat. 2 outs in the inning. Bases empty and a bouncing ball, or rather runner at first, I should say. And that'll do it. So the Brewers strand Segura, but Carlos Gomez cleans him up. First career grand slam for Gomez. Makes it 9-0 Milwaukee. It had been since May 29th, and he made it count. A grand slam. First of his career, gives the Brewers a 9-0 lead. 11 hits in the game for Milwaukee. And that's only part of the story. This is the other. Mike Fiers working on a shutout.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. I mean, really working it well. His pitch count's in decent shape. I mean, 89 pitches as he starts here in the 7th inning. Just when the Brewers needed a nice long start and some runs. And bullpen has been worked quite a bit. They needed this out of both the offense and Fiers tonight.
Jay Bruce leads off for Cincinnati. Fiers coming off a 3-up, 3-down inning. 3 singles and a walk tonight. That's been it. And never more than 1 base runner in an inning.
And that pitch he just threw to Jay Bruce, the reason why he's been so good, the changeup.
He got a fastball by him. 1-2 the count. Well, so far this game could not be working out better for Craig Counsell, whose bullpen is a little beat up in a good way, but beat up. Fiers going deep into the game, pitching in the 7th inning. Trying to get him through this 7th and then pick up the last couple of innings, probably with the 2 newcomers, I would imagine.
Yeah, get Cravey and Goforth out there, some fresh arms.
Two on the way. Swinging a foul. The Brewers do not have an off day until Thursday. And
And then the All-Star break following that series in Los Angeles. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For contending teams, this can be a touchy part of the schedule. The Brewers are going to see, you know, the Reds are kind of on the fringe. They're under 500. But the wild card, the second wild card, keeps a lot of teams in it. Braves are in the same boat. Dodgers are certainly contending right now in first place. It can be a trap window before the All-Star break. See if the Brewers can take advantage. Broke his bat. Usually a bat boy has a second option at the ready. That was part of the speed up rules a couple of years ago, but the option that the bat boy was offering Bruce, he wasn't interested.
Didn't like it, huh? He'll get another one.
Full count. In the air to left field. Right there is Parra. And Fire's just making it look easy.
It's interesting because players bring their own bats out there and they have the gamer. They have a couple of backups.
This is the bat that I want to use, son, if I break my other one.
Right.
Then he brings it out. I don't want that bat. Go give me another one.
It's not like he just brought out Cueto's bat to him.
Pro stock. Here's Marlon Byrd. With one away. Pitch count at 98 with this offering, and a wave and a miss. Slow curveball from Fiers. He threw one of those curveballs in the 60-mile-an-hour range tonight. I think it came in at 68.
He struck out Bruce on it in the first inning.
Aren't many that can slow it down that much and still make it a successful pitch. Byrd down 0-2. Pretty good pitch count all the way through for Fiers. Still averaging a little over 4 per plate appearance, but very few base runners tonight. Just those 3 singles and a walk. Ground ball off the bare hand of Fiers, and a low throw gets away. Byrd on his way to second. So an error by Fiers. He'd stop that ball with his bare hand. Never advisable, but instincts take over. I'm not sure he had much feeling when he threw it to first.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's feeling all that great. He's a little bit upset. Not sure where he got it. Looked like it out in the fingers. Palm of the hand, not sure, but throws it away. Not sure if he's upset about that or the fact that his hand's bothering him. You hope it's the first one.
Dave Yeager's the athletic trainer. Taking a look at Fiers. It's been an interesting game for Fiers. Not just the pitching side of it. Tyler Cravey's pretty much loose. He's been throwing this entire inning.
And apparently he's upset because he threw the baseball away.
Segura says, you know, I'm here for you if you want to let it go through. I'm right behind you.
If you get it on the glove, I get it, but barehanded, I'm right here.
It's hard to turn the brain off with those instincts. First time all night the Reds have had a runner at second. And a 2-base error by Fiers. So here is Eugenio Suarez now. Fiers shaking his head. That curveball came in at 68.
He goes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bird reaching on the 2-base error with 1 away. The most pitches Fiers has thrown in a game this year, 105. Did that against the White Sox. Had a game of 104. Kind of been around that 100 to 105 mark 5 times this season. This is number 6. Strike 2, top of the zone.
And a little cut fastball that time. Hadn't thrown too many of those tonight.
Two. Let's see what he has in mind here on Suarez. And that one just missed. Wow. Went from the top of the zone to the very bottom.
Looked like a pretty good pitch on Fox tracks.
Most pitches Fiers has thrown in a game this year now. Now, umpires may give you one. They rarely give you both top and bottom. Full count.
You know what Bruce Fleming would say to that? If it's a strike, I'm going to call it.
Say it like Bruce, though. Hey, straight. Right, Bruce. He's probably kicking back, enjoying a little Brewers baseball tonight.
He's probably going to text me in 2 seconds.
In a supervisory role, of course. 3-2 pitch. Didn't chase. Ball 4. So Fiers issues a walk 2 on now for the first time tonight for the Reds. And that might do it for Fiers. We'll see. Counsell is pacing a little bit. Talking with pitching coach Rick Kranitz. And you got a big lead to work with. Fiers certainly has it going.
Give him one more. One more base runner.
It's never wrong to ask for one more, is it? In most circles.
You know, Fiers wants to stay out there.
It's a second walk allowed. Switch hitting catcher Tucker Barnhart at the plate. Fiers has been able to get 1 double play out of Billy Hamilton, which is a rare feat. Just the second double play he has grounded into all season. Barnhart, the catcher, would be a better candidate. Now Lucroy's on his way out. Well, you take nothing for granted in this part.
No. We've seen leads vaporize quickly. Not 9-0 leads. That would be a first.
Now, you know that 8-0 lead the Tigers had over the Blue Jays with Sanchez throwing a no-hitter?
Yeah.
It's now 8-6.
Yeah.
Toronto just scored 6 in the 8th inning. So you never know. That team can score some runs in a flash. The Blue Jays. Wow. Run producing machine over there.
Yeah.
They got a chance. They're right there in the American League East picture at 42 and 39. Toronto just a game back of the front running Orioles and Yankees in the AL East. Here's a 1-1. Tried that little cutter again, missed with it.
This doesn't have the same location and the same zip on his pitches that he had before he got that ground ball in the hand. It just doesn't seem to have the same feel. Which is another reason why Counsell might get him here quickly.
2 on, 1 out. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Big swing. Barnhart has that look about him as if he can't believe he missed it.
Yeah, that fastball, about mid-thigh, outer half, and had a pretty good swing, but fouled it straight back. That's what fouls will do to you.
He's got a 2-2 now. Broke his bat. Jeanette is there. He makes the catch and out at second. A double play. Scooter Jeanette picked it right up off the dirt. Segura right behind him, and there's the double play that gets Spires through 7. 7 innings of shutout ball. 3 hits. 9-0 Crew. Shutout innings against the Cincinnati Reds, only 3 hits, and he's all smiles. He actually made a couple of plays defensively, had an error tonight, but what a performance.
Yeah, a couple of big double plays, and the one that they got with Billy Hamilton, that was a big one, because that they don't turn that, then the top of the order is coming up, and it's a pretty close game at that point. But if you're Darnell Coles, you got to be relaxed and very happy at this point in the season. I mean, it's so frustrating for him early in the year and through the month of June, but so far on this road trip, the Brewers have been lighting it up with the bats. 37 runs, 70 hits. The Brewers are averaging almost 7.5 runs a game and 14 hits a game. They had 1 home run in the Phillies series. That was a 4-game series, 3 tonight.
Parra, Ramirez, and Gomez. Gomez had the grand slam. Here's Hernan Perez, a little slow roll to third base. The throw is late, and that's how it's going for the Brewers, especially Perez. A little half swing infield hit.
And you figure Perez is going to stay in the game and go to third base. That's what Craig Counsell's been doing a lot lately with the lead. He'll bring Perez into play, and no chance right there for DeJesus, who was playing behind the bag.
It's another guy that's been swinging a great bat, and when you're going good, you get hits like that. When you're not, you start lining out. 5th plate appearance for Gerardo Parra. He's 2 for 4. Home run and a single, and 2 runs scored. Brewers with 12 hits. Gomez has 5 runs batted in, and all 5 of those RBIs coming in his last 2 at-bats. Had a 2-out single and then the grand slam. Multi-hit games from Parra, Lucroy. Lucroy has 3 hits. Braun with 2 hits. Gomez a couple of hits. They are on some kind of roll as an offense right now.
Well, we talk about Adam Lynn being so hot when we came on the air tonight. He's hitless so far, but he has scored a run and driven in a run. And the big blow, Carlos Gomez, that grand slam last inning.
Well, that changes the game. Parra draws the walk. First and second, nobody out here in the 8th inning. Seven shutout for Fiers. Would be in line for win number 4. His first win since June 12th. Chatting with Willie Peralta, who's on the comeback trail for the Brewers.
Yeah, so Fiers has had 4 consecutive starts that have been very good.
Lucroy with 3 hits and a walk tonight. 3 runs scored. Oh, and 2 to Lucroy. Jonathan with 11 hits in his last 4 games. Had a 4-hit game in Philly. Got a chance at a 4-hit game tonight. You'd hardly know there are 40,000 people in the audience tonight.
Yeah, awfully quiet, waiting for the fireworks.
Fireworks probably the only thing that are keeping them around. This place would be almost empty without it. Some have given up.
You can see him from miles around. Are we sticking around?
I think we should go down on the field. Maybe snap off a few selfies tonight. Lucroy out to second. That's going to turn into a 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs, 1 swing of the bat. First time Lucroy's been retired tonight. Well, we saw Willie Peralta just a moment ago. Sophia has injury updates on Peralta and Chris Davis, who's down in the minor leagues on a rehab assignment. What do you have, Sophia?
Yeah, both continue to make good progress. Willie Peralta threw his second bullpen yesterday in Philadelphia, went about 35, 36 pitches, mostly fastballs and changeups, but everything went as well as expected. And there's a plan in place to continue the progress, but Craig Counsell saying they likely won't see him until the end of July with the big league club. And Chris Davis last night in his second game back, he went 1 for 2 RBIs for him on a sac fly. So Davis playing tonight, and they're hoping he'll be back at the homestand on Monday.
All right, good report. Davis coming back from meniscus surgery, torn meniscus, 4 to 6 week recovery time, and he's right on track.
And talking to Craig Counsell today, he's expecting Davis to be back with a big league club, in the next homestand.
Yeah, so Monday the Brewers play the Braves. 3-game homestand, and then out to Los Angeles. And the Brewers will have to make a move in the outfield. I would imagine Davis is going to come back and play a lot. Braun into right field, hit that ball well. Back is Jay Bruce. He's running out of room. It's off the wall. Braun on his way to second, and he is in there with an RBI double. 10-0 Brewers as Ryan Braun with his 3rd hit.
Talking about a hot hitter into that at bat. Ronnie at 275. Now that fastball, a 2-seamer that I think Braun thought that was out of the ballpark and just does miss a home run. Jay Bruce getting it back in quickly. Braun had to hustle for a double. Number 14 for him.
He's putting up some big numbers now. 15 homers, 14 doubles. Another RBI for Ryan Braun. He leads the club. He now has 54 for the season. He's in the top 6 in the league in that category.
It's such a good opposite field stroke for Braun. I mean, that ball is normally a pitch that a power hitter is going to try and pull. That two-seamer coming in on his hands. It was inner half, and he pulls the hands in and still strong enough to get it off the wall and right.
Adam Lind has a walk, has an RBI tonight on a ground out. He and Janetta, the only two position players that are hitless tonight. 10 runs on 13 Brewer hits. Might have to start digging into the record books to find a 5-game span of games like this for a team with this many hits. You get double-digit hit totals once a week, you're doing good.
Right.
This is going to be 5 straight games.
And the question is, where's it been all year, right?
Where's it been? Lynn rolls over one right to Phillips. Side retired. Brewers just keep on keeping on tonight in Cincinnati. Braun with an RBI double, 10-0.
Nothing lead for them here in the 8th. Mike Fiers threw 7 shutout, and now Tyler Cravey, who just joined the team today, being called up from AAA Colorado Springs, and you see the numbers there. In his major league debut, took the loss to St. Louis, but was impressive. 7 innings for him, just 1 run allowed, and Craig Counsell said he was impressed with Cravey's response to that game. He was sent down after that because of some roster moves, needing some position players at that time, but he said his response to go back down to AAA, continue to work hard. He went 7-5, an ERA of 3.79. He threw 7 2/3 of shutout ball in his last start on Mondays. He said for him to go down, not have a letdown, continue to work hard at AAA, shows what kind of pitcher he is, his mental makeup. So he said everything was a good sign, and he certainly earned his way back here for his second stint with the team.
Yeah, it was outstanding in his major league debut. A 1-0 loss, 7 innings against the Cardinals. That was in St. Louis, and 1 run, and a tough luck loss. Then he got sent down. He was a starter down in AAA, 14 starts, a 7-5 record.
Got a lot of changes here along with Cravey. Brewers are taking this opportunity to get some of the starters out. Parra moves over to right field. Peterson is now in at left. And then Hector Gomez at third base. Hernan Perez will stay in to play first base for the first time with the Brewers. So you get a chance to get Lind and Braun and Ramirez all out of the lineup.
So he's officially played everywhere in the infield.
Yes, he has, all 4. A strike. De Jesus batting for the first time. It's been a good night for Craig Counsell's crew tonight.
Makes it easy to manage a game like this. Brewers have been playing some grind them out games. They have won a lot. They've won 5 straight, but you think about a lot of these games, they're close games. An extra inning win last night. Good night to step off the gas for a little bit.
Yeah, well, at least step off the gas after that 7th inning. The grand slam, it kind of put things out of reach, or at least at this point for the Reds. You never want to call a game over before it's over. It's never a good thing to get into.
You're right.
Never pack the bats before the game's over.
Well, gives counsel to give Perez a little work at first base. That's something he's been wanting to see. Perez did play first base with the Tigers 4 games. He had 1 start over there, actually. A game that Miguel Cabrera was unable to go. Late night last night. Brewers didn't arrive here to Cincinnati until about 2 o'clock in the morning after their extra inning win. And just when you think maybe the bats will be a little sluggish, maybe the Brewers will be a little sluggish as a team, anything but here tonight. Jumping on the Reds early. 2 runs in the first. Parra hit a leadoff homer. Fly ball, right field. Parra will step in, and he's got it for out number 1.
Yeah, there was batting practice on the field before the ball game, but you know, Craig Counsell decided to go with a late first bus today, 3 o'clock, as opposed to the normal 1:30. No workouts on the field before batting practice. A lot of times on the road, first day in, they're going to hit early. You know, guys come out about 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 o'clock, and take some swings. That did not happen today. But Darnell Coles told me that tomorrow they will be hitting early.
Got to work your way out of it. Plus the bench guys, they they love those.
That's when they get their hitting in.
Early hitting opportunities. Kind of, you get out of the cage underneath, you get to see the flight of the ball and get a lot more swings.
Don't get many swings in batting practice on the road. The extra guys, last group.
I think I might come over here and get some swings in myself. Take a little BP
before your game.
Get loose.
Eric Karros tomorrow.
Eric Karros.
Is he here?
I believe he is in the city, enjoying a fireworks show somewhere in Kentucky, perhaps. Yep, we're on Fox tomorrow. That'll be fun. I believe there are 5 games on Fox tomorrow night. Baseball night in America.
I'm going to be sitting in the seats tomorrow. I'm going to watch the game right below you.
Nice.
If you need anything, just text me.
Well, I might just do that. Get a field level perspective.
And I'm talking about hot dog or something.
Oh, I see. I mean, you could be a runner tomorrow. Key grip. Best boy.
Now you're going too far.
How much that ticket set you back tomorrow, Rock?
I don't know. I haven't asked yet.
You might not get one.
No.
They got a full house tomorrow.
If not, I'll watch it on Fox.
Well, that's where it'll be. Fox Sports Go if you want to use your second screen. Stay in contact. Cravey deals the 3-2. In the air to left field, and Peterson makes the catch. It hung up, and Shane Peterson runs it down.
One of those nights, huh, for the crew. Great play by Peterson, just coming into the ball game. You talk about it, the way he's been able to swing the bat, but he gets a good jump on his baseball and able to grab it as he dives. Second out. And the Brewers have done a good job keeping Billy Hamilton off the bases tonight.
Brandon Phillips, 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Might see Counsell let Cravey finish this one tonight.
Yeah, he's a starter. Last pitched on Monday down in the minor leagues.
Goforth, who came up with Cravey, he pitched last night. He struck out the side last night, so you buy him an extra day, giving you another fresh arm for tomorrow. Cravey, he's got some funk to him. He's a little bit unorthodox and
herky-jerky, throws across his body a little bit. Hitters that haven't seen him before get a little bit confused as to where that ball's coming out of his hand.
He's got long arms, big hands, slings it in there. And from what we hear, all the reports from the minor leagues, those who have been around him, he is a gamer. He's a guy that wants the ball, great competitor. We saw that in St. Louis. I love his reaction too when he left the Brewers, and then when he got back here today, he said, hey, no big deal. Ball club needed me to go down, had a spot, had a hole in their rotation. I went down, earned my way back. That's all you can do. No sour grapes. I'm happy to be here.
Yep, and he's expected to go 2 innings tonight. He needs to go 2 innings to give that Brewers bullpen time off so that they don't even have to pick up a baseball down there.
Here's Joey Votto. This will be a good test for him after walking Phillips. Votto rips one right at Jeanette. Just stood right in there and took it in the gut. Votto is retired. Scoreless inning for Cravey. The shutout intact. Nice play by Scooter. Guys, tonight he's driven in half of them. 10-0 Brewers. A grand slam for Gomez in the 7th. A put-away grand slam. Carlos will lead off here in the 9th inning. New first baseman in for Cincinnati, Brian Pena. And Votto is out. New pitcher is Ryan Matthews.
Yeah, 20th appearance for Matthews. In his last 10 appearances, he has only given up 1 run in 10 2/3 innings. So he's on a pretty good roll right now. Last pitched on Sunday against the Mets. That's in New York. And 2 scoreless innings.
Gomez will start it, and he swings and lines one to center field, a base hit. So the last 3 at-bats, Gomez with 3 hits, 2 singles and a grand slam. After starting 0 for 2. Hit number 14 tonight. So yeah, we were wondering the last time the Brewers had 10 or more hits in at least 5 consecutive games. I mean, it's been a while, Rock. You got to go all the way back to 2014. May of 2014. I mean, it's like going back into the Stone Age.
It's amazing they have records back then.
So maybe they're not going as good as I thought they were. Brewers had a 9-game winning streak. And last year in May, or in a 9-game streak, I should say, they had double-digit hits. They went 6-3 during that stretch. So the Brewers got some work to do to catch the 9 consecutive games with double-digit hit totals. Ground ball to Phillips. Nice play to get Shane Peterson in his first at-bat. 4-3 put out. No shame in being retired by a Gold Glover. Multiple Gold Glover. And here is Segura.
Who probably has more fun out on the baseball field than well, I guess Carlos Gomez has a pretty good time out there, but all smiles. Brandon Phillips has always been that way. Smooth as silk over at second base. There's that smile, even down 10-zip.
Been a little talk about Phillips perhaps being traded if the Reds decide they are out of postseason contention. And one thing about Phillips, he is what they call a 10-5 player. 10 years in the league, 5 years with the same team, so he has no trade rights. He can waive off or accept any deal. He's got a big contract as well. It's unlikely he would leave Cincinnati. He loves it here. Found a home here. He wasn't really the kind of player that was thought to be an all-star caliber player when he was with the Indians. Only here with Cincinnati did he emerge as one of the elite second basemen in the game.
Well, coming around offensively, that's what did it. I mean, big power, RBI guy. It was a couple of years ago at 97 RBI, something like that. And he's always been a great defensive second baseman. When he came here, he started to hit and hit for power.
He's put together a terrific career. He came here in 06. He has 4 Gold Gloves, 3 All-Star teams. Hit 20 homers one year, drove in 98. There's the second walk tonight for Gene Segura.
In 2013, 103 RBIs. It was back in 09. He had 98. Just missed 100.
Yeah.
That'll put you on the map if you're a second baseman. That kind of run production.
I would imagine he wants to finish his career as a Red. Brandon Phillips. He's got 2 years left on his current deal. There's a ground ball that is past a diving Phillips. Here comes Gomez to score, and Scooter Gennett is on the board with an RBI. 11-0 Brewers on their 15th hit. Gennett's first hit of the night. And it keeps on going here in the 9th.
Just staying right on the baseball, and that's the thing about baseball. I mean, it's not like football, not like basketball where you just kind of run out the clock. I mean, it doesn't matter what the score is, what the situation. You go up there, try to get hits. We're still putting together a pretty good approach up there at the plate.
Hernan Perez, second at bat. He had a pinch hit appearance, had an infield hit his first time up.
Perez, the first baseman of record right now. First time he's played first with the Brewers. No problem, he says. He'll play anywhere to stay in the big leagues.
Yeah, just to get at bats and contribute. There's nothing wrong with being versatile, right? I mean, it's just going to keep you around longer. You can play anywhere. Probably throw him in the outfield. He'll do okay. Hector Gomez could play left field.
Yeah, Brewers got nice pieces on the bench right now. There's a liner to right field, a base hit. They'll hold Segura around third, and Hernan Perez with 2 hits coming in a pinch hit role in the 8th inning. He collects 2 knocks tonight. 16 hits for the Brewers. It is the 4th game of this road trip where the Brewers have had 16 or more hits. It's amazing.
Yeah. Should I say it again? Where's it been?
All right, maybe instead of the consecutive games with 10 or more hits, how about the most hits in a 5-game window? Right?
Well, we're looking at a 6-game window now, aren't we? You go back to Sunday.
I'm going back with the hits with Monday and Philly.
I got you. Okay, not the winning streak.
So the most hits in a 5-game window.
Okay.
'75 hits in 5 games. Bases loaded, 1 out for Parra. Center field, that ball is hit well. Hamilton is there. Coming in to score is Segura. And Gerardo Parra with his 2nd RBI, a sacrifice fly. 12-0 Brewers. 2 outs in the inning. Which will bring up Lucroy. 3 hits and a walk tonight. It's 3 out of 4. It's a long, agonizing night for the Cincinnati Reds. Suarez, long throw, close play. Lucroy still hustling. Inning is over. The Brewers put 2 more on the board. They lead 12-0 to the bottom of the 9th we go. Hotel and Casino. Book your stay now. 4th of July weekend here in Cincinnati. The Brewers leading 12-0. What a performance tonight. Both sides. Excellent defense. Mike Fiers went 7 shutout. Tyler Cravey's on to try to pitch the last 2 innings and preserve the shutout. And Martin Maldonado will come in to catch after Lucroy made the last out.
Carlos Gomez, the star offensively tonight, 5 runs batted in. Carlos hit a grand slam in the 7th. Tyler Cravey just got here from AAA. Perfect scenario for him tonight to try to finish this one. Brian Pena batting for the first time tonight. Hot shot. That is foul. Well, tomorrow, a reminder, we're on Fox. Jimmy Nelson on the hill tomorrow against Josh Smith. Pena into center field. Gomez will make the play, out number 1. Well, Cravey gets to the end here. This is going to be as close to a perfect night for a manager as you could draw up. Plenty of offense. Great pitching. Deep start by Fires. No bullpen pitcher other than Cravey picks up a ball.
And it's a good thing because there weren't many available.
That's true.
It'll be different tomorrow, though.
Everybody will be back on board tomorrow. Swing and a miss by Bruce.
And none of them down there actually had to even pick up a baseball tonight. Not even close to coming into a game, which is even better. A full day off down there.
You know who needed a day off more than anybody in the bullpen is Marcus Hanel.
Yeah.
The bullpen catcher.
After all those cheesesteaks.
So Marcus Hanel eats 23 cheesesteaks in 4 days. And he gets on the bus last night after the game with a chocolate popsicle.
Yeah, he's got a fudge-sicle.
How does that? I don't even understand how that could be part of the diet.
It's dessert. He was still hungry.
I mean, I thought after 23 cheesesteaks, that'd be a one-way path.
That made big news in Philly.
Big news everywhere, nationally.
Yeah.
Marcus Hanel, cheesesteak champion. And then just a fudge-sicle to polish it all off. Amazing.
Had about 5 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the plane last night.
I think he did. I think Marcus is going to need the next size up. What's he probably wears about a 60 as it is.
Oh man,
the big jersey.
Yeah, big boy. I'm just kidding about peanut butter. I don't know.
It's not a bad guess. They are good.
Either that or he had the salad. I'm not sure. What do you think?
You know, you're in the big leagues when the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are pre-wrapped, pre-made.
Yeah, they're good too.
Yes, they are. Perfect at midnight. Jay Bruce in the right field. That's a base hit. Over to cut it off is Parra. Bruce on his way to second. The throw comes in. It hits Bruce. And he's into second with a double. And this crowd of 40,000 finally has something to cheer about tonight. First hit since the 5th inning for Cincinnati.
The second man to reach second base for Cincinnati tonight.
Here's Skip Schumacher. Tyler Cravey trying to get to the end. Runner at second with 1 out. soft liner will fall, base hit. Back-to-back hits for the Redlegs. Two on with one away. And Eugenio Suarez coming up. Well, we'll hear from Craig Counsell tonight on the Brewers Live postgame show, hopefully in a matter of moments. That one's going to fall. Another soft liner. The shutout is broken. Bruce scores on an RBI single. Eugenio Suarez, third straight hit. 12-1. Standing ovation from the Cincinnati faithful.
Yeah, giving him something to cheer about before the fireworks show. Not a bad pitch by Cravey, though. A little slider that Suarez was out in front, able to dump it into right. Now get the double play.
2 on, 1 out. Barnhart, the catcher, at the plate. He hit a little soft liner his last time up that turned into a double play. Tyler Cravey, 2 outs away. He's a ground ball pitcher. Love to see one on the ground and put this one to bed here tonight. Been a long game. Fun game for the Brewers. There's a ground ball. Got a chance here. Perez, look at him spin and fire. Segura to first. Wow. Beautiful double play. And Hernan Perez just continues to impress. Career night for Gomez. Matches his career best with 5 runs batted in. Third time he's done it. Carlos Gomez with a grand slam that put this one away. The Brewers win the opener 12-1, making a winner out of Mike Fiers. 7 shutouts tonight for Fiers. The Brewers with 16 hits once again here tonight. Jeff Grayson is standing by patiently in the Fox Sports Wisconsin studio. It's time for Brewers Live. Let's send it his way. Go ahead, Jeff.